There you are, folks. Hey, 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 it's another Wednesday night. Yeah, Sty got his ass out of the woods, got home. Here we are live on a Wednesday night again. It's still, to me, it's just so odd that I do one live a week when I was doing five a week. Yeah, yeah, it doesn't seem like this much time has gone by, but oh man, is the time flown. I've been gone May, June, and most of July, almost 3 full months out of my 4.5 months already. So I only got about a month, about a month and 3 weeks left or so. So yeah, it's been a while, been a while. Hey, I want to yell out to folks out there in the chat. Um, Peppers in Kentucky living, great to see ya, great to see ya. And Crazy Ann, oh hi sweetie. Ingles family. Yes, yes, yes. Rebecca, awesome. Great to see ya. That's all the folks that are talking over there in the chat. That's all we got for folks chatting. So so I've actually got somebody in the basement. I actually do. I actually do. I'm gonna pull him up. I'm gonna pull him up here and we're gonna chat a little bit. There he is running water. And Bean in the background.
Hey,
There's
how's it
Bean.
going?
Hey,
Me.
it's going pretty good for me at this point, as of the moment. Yeah, thank you, Crazy Ann. I saw that you shared it out. Yeah, I saw Crazy Ann and the girls, Pinks and Drinks, are playing Call of Duty, and I thought, well, I'll go over and bother them while they're playing Call of Duty. But then I thought, well, it didn't say Pinks and Dinks, it said Pinks and Drinks. So I figured I better stay out of it. Them girls chase me away. So last week, um, oh, your PS4 giving you trouble? That ain't no good. That ain't no good. I've been playing PS4 out at camp this last week. I had a couple of kind of goofy days where I had to have the generator running, and the weather was so crappy that I decided, what the heck, I'm going to sit here, charge all my batteries up, and fire up the PlayStation, play PlayStation. So yeah, yeah, can't pass up homemade egg McMuffins at the Sty camp. What you need to do when you wore it out there, Crazy Ann? Boy, I tell you what, Running Water's letting me use his games unit. It looks like a suitcase. It's got a high definition screen in it, and it's got all these short little cables for, the HDMI cable. It's only about maybe 4 inches long. Goes right from your PS4 right into the screen, and the PS4 sits inside of it. It's got a couple big straps over it, so it won't move around, and it's got plenty of storage space for accessories and a couple of controllers, and it folds shut and locks up, and you carry it like a stinking suitcase. It's just got two plugs. The plug for your PS4 and the plug for the games unit, the suitcase. You plug those two plugs in, and boy, you're just up and running, man. High def. Hey, Jadzia, it's great to see you, Jadzia. Yeah, Jadzia.
Yeah, that
One
gaming
of my,
case that looks looks like something Tom Cruise would have on Mission Impossible.
yeah, yeah, it really does. Hey, Freeman James, great to see you there, brother. WTF Mike, awesome, awesome. I've been good. I've been good. If you look at my 2 minute short stream before the game crashes, you see how bad it is. It will not shut down, so I have to pull out the power cable. That's a bummer.
Oh,
which that isn't too good for them either.
No.
No. Yeah, they don't like that power surge, you know. All of a sudden a power drop or a power surge. The PS4s, they don't like that too much. Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah, I used to have a problem with that on the truck whenever it would start up, or the APU would start up and get the batteries juiced back up. You get that dip on the inverter, and it would be
uh-huh.
just enough that the PlayStation and TV would shut off, and I'd have to go through that whole, unplanned power outage, restart
Yeah.
crap, and I ended up just getting a small little 300-watt power supply.
Invert power supply, yeah.
Yeah,
I've
emergency
got
power
I've got
supply for your computer. So if power goes out, you got enough time to shut your computer down. It's
if I can find it, it's in the storage unit. I've got a power supply power cleanser in the shed over at your place. That puppy is sweet, man. When I lived at your sister's out in that shack, the power, I mean, brownouts all the time. It was just, you could not depend on the power at all there. And spikes. I mean, all of a sudden your lights go, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, I really want my electronics plugged into this system, you know. And so your brother bought me that because he was worried about me running my electronics off of the old generator I had, because that would surge at times. Well, that dang thing is so sweet. Man, all the power ups and downs in that system, and what that
stays
thing does,
level.
it stays at a flat 124 volts constant, doesn't go up and down one bit. And then if the power completely drops, it'll run for an hour and a half on its own backup.
Right.
Gives you time. I'd be busy on the computer and power would go down. I'd just keep going, and then half hour later, power would come back on, and that thing, it sees the power back on, so it starts charging itself, but it's just keeping 124 volts going out of it constantly, just nice and smooth. I love that thing, and it's over in your shed. Yeah, yeah. For all the goodness you've been doing for me, man. Yeah, I find that thing. I'll set it out for you. I'll make sure that your brother doesn't bury it under something, so we can find it when you're in town. Because we know how
Yeah.
that goes.
Well, I won't be in town till Apple Fest.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Allie's coming
You're
up.
pounding it. You're pounding it. You're pounding it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, and Allie will be up for a couple days.
oh, there you go.
Yeah, I
There you
booked
go.
her a motel room, and they're making a killing in town there on the motel rooms over Apple Fest weekend. It's like 300% a markup on their rooms.
Yeah. Yeah. Metal music, Harry. Yeah. I tell you what, we all got it. We all got a day we're going to leave this old world, but it was a sad day when Dusty passed. You betcha. ZZ Top. Yeah. Hey, look at this guy.
Hey, look at this guy. What's up, guys?
Hey,
Look at this guy. Would you look at this guy?
Would you look at it?
Just look at it. Just look at it. How you been there, buddy?
Oh, I'm surviving. Doing the best I can, considering everything. Hey, it is what it is. We got a life to live.
That's it.
Things aren't supposed to be perfect.
That's right. I've been using E-Waste Mike's line way too much lately. I ain't got no time for that bullshit.
Ain't nobody got no time for that.
The guys at the Forest Service, they'll stop in and they'll say, "Hey, we need to let you know," and they go, "Oh, that's right. You ain't got no time for that." Yeah.
Hey, now see, you're getting the point across. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's sticking. It's starting to stick. Hey, Raven. Hello. Boy, what an interesting week at camp last week. We kind of mentioned it, but last week I had to go diving for a sign. them sons of bitches went and yanked it out again. And they threw it in a raspberry patch, and big ass wild raspberry patch. And I just happened to be doing my rounds in shorts that time. And I'm like, I'm not driving all the way back into camp and then back out there to get that sign out of the raspberries, go put long pants on, for that. So I went marching through them damn raspberries. I won't do that again. No, no, no. It was just like I stuck my legs in a or a bag full of pissed off cats, scratches all over the place. This one gal see me walking past her campsite. She goes, "Oh my God, what happened to your legs?" I go, "Don't look. Just get walking. Don't look."
What's funny
Hey,
because
great
they're
mark.
typically like horizontal scratches, and they'll trickle blood down from them. And it looks like you got slashed by something.
Well, and the thing is because I'm walking, you're lifting your legs. The scratches were horizontal, vertical, and
wow.
diagonal. So it looked like a checkerboard. That's why I said it looked like I stuck my legs in a bag full of pissed off cats. Like I got it scratching all every direction,
Yeah, Sty walking around looking like he's wearing red fishnet pantyhose.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, Grace said that she picked a gallon of raspberries last week. I've got a special spot, man. Out at Beaver Lake Campground, I go out there, do my rounds each day, just doing reservations, check their crappers and stuff, and hang out and talk with the campers. But when I leave that campground, I go the extra half mile up the road down to the boat landing. Now I told them I'll maintain that boat landing. It's, no, don't do nothing there. We don't do nothing with that. If we'll send somebody in there maybe twice a year just to pick up garbage if people have thrown garbage. Well, I sneak down there every time I'm up there because right in the center, it's like a big loop you drive through, and then it's got the boat landing on the one side of the loop and a little parking area. But right in the center of that loop, it's all wild raspberries. I'll park my Forest Service truck in that parking area, and I'll spend an hour down there picking handfuls. Oh yeah, that drives the blood sugars up. Yep. And I've been eating out of that patch now for almost a month. Yeah.
It's a bad season here for those. We didn't get we get nowhere near what we normally got. And of course, they peaked about the time that we left to go down to Virginia and
Nashville. So you were gone when they were peaking.
So we got a few just before, nothing to do any canning or nothing with. And we have a hard time getting enough to do any canning with as it is around our property. But when we came back, they were all just kind of dried up except for a few. So
yeah, we've been lucky that it must be the type of weather because the raspberries are holding real good. They're producing. This is the third week. I'd say third week I've been picking off that patch. And every day I go in there, boy, that more and more are ripening, and there's plenty that can still come. I mean, I'm surprised. Hey, Scott, good to see you. Yeah, heck, I've been picking up some subs from some of these campers. I noticed. I don't see my sub count until I get home on Wednesdays, and I have all these campers. They get my sticker and they go, "Oh, I'm going to check you out. I'll sub to you," and blah blah blah. And I guess they have been. I looked. I'm going, "Oh, yeah." I'm only, I think, 17 away from hitting my 3,800. So
nice.
Yeah. Maybe someday I'll hit 4,000. Maybe if I live that long. Maybe. God, I told you guys last week I've lost all this weight. Now it seems like I'm stuck there 180. I was 180 again today. So through the whole week, didn't gain or lose anything. Good. But I went and bought myself a new pair of blue jeans. I got 32s. And I thought, I hope I can squeeze into them suckers, I might have just wasted some money, I got home, put them buggers on, and I'm going, oh, that ain't right. They fit like they're supposed to. And I go, well, maybe that's the pair of camel pants I wore, I put on this morning. I tightened that belt up, and the waistband of that thing looks like it's pleated all the way around the whole waist. I, I got to punch another hole in my belt. I'm wearing a T-shirt, and I'm going, that looks like hell. I mean, because you can see all those pleats in my waistband all the way around underneath the T-shirt. I sure as hell didn't want to tuck that shirt in and let people see all of that punched up. It'd be like you poor old bastard wearing some other old man's pants, And so I had to wear a button-up shirt that kind of hid that shit. But the yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not having that problem lately. Lately, I got to keep letting the pants out. I don't
Oh
know what
yeah,
it is. I don't know what it is, man.
I don't know.
I'm retaining water or something. Maybe I'm pregnant.
That could be it. That's it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now I know.
I'm getting spoiled by they started making the stretch denim for men. Now it used to be just women's jeans, so they got it for men now.
Oh yeah,
Oh, those are good for working, especially if you're having to squat and bend a lot. And
yeah. I got a couple pairs of camo pants that I'm pissed about because those are 36s, and I got a bunch of shit out of them to get them on there. They're 4 inches too big, but those had the flex waistbands. Those things were sweet when they fit me right.
They'll fit you again by March.
Hey, shut up, fucker. Jadzia turned 44 today. A young 44. The shakings have returned. Yeah, a big happy birthday, Jadzia. See, I just don't eat like I used to either anymore. I fixed a frozen pizza for supper tonight. I ate one piece. I cut it into 8 pieces, and I ate one piece, and I'm full. I'll probably eat another piece or two before the end of the night, but yeah, I just it's not that I don't have an appetite. It's just that I feel like I'm full when I eat. It doesn't take much.
No, that's good. I mean, when you're eating less, your stomach shrinks, and then you should listen to your stomach and listen to your body. I make a huge mistake. I go sometimes all day long without eating till 3 or 4 o'clock, and then stupid me, I'm so dang hungry. Instead of just eating a little bit and taking the edge off, I eat.
Gorge.
Good. Yeah, absolutely.
See, that's what I did all winter. That's why I was wearing a tight 38 this spring, was because I'd go all day, and then I'd do a live stream at night, get done 11, 12 o'clock at night, and I'd sit here. I'd eat a whole pizza, then I'd have a bowl of ice cream, and my movie's not over, so then I'd eat half of a big bag of goddamn chips after, and then the movie would end, and I ate the last chip, drank the last of my pop, and go straight to bed. So yeah, that'll do it to you,
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Sty's got lots of words. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't come up here prepared with any material.
There you go. What the hell's wrong with you? You should be prepared.
Did you see this guy?
No.
This is there's a bunch of us going to be doing this on Saturday. This is Pepper X, and it's on 2 separate tortilla chips in here, and it's like the Wild Wild West. Each person gets a chip, take 3 paces, turn around, eat the chip, and the last person to drink wins.
Wow.
So I got me, Tone Ranger, a friend of his. I think Joe Weymouth just decided to do it with me. And we're doing it Saturday at 6 o'clock.
Oh, wow. Well, I have to watch it as soon as I get near the internet.
And of course, anybody else that out there that wants to join, that's got one and wants to do it, let me know.
Are you
tomorrow so I can make a good thumbnail?
Are you? Yeah, you're doing it on your channel, right?
Oh yeah.
Very good, very good. Hey, Kenneth, the famous Kentucky fan. Yeah, my lighting's bad here. I can't see the screen.
Uh-oh.
Well, my lighting's bright. That's why it's too bright.
Yeah, you do look
Hey,
a little washed out.
Joey!
You do look a little washed out for someone who should be getting some sun.
Oh, I've been getting lots of sun. Yeah, yeah. I got this week. My first video going up this week is going to go up on Friday. I got one going up Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. And the one on Friday, it's kind of long, but it's my week out at camp up to just a day ago. About a day ago, a little over a day. Just kind of like a run through of what's been going on out at camp, because I didn't touch that camera from the time I got home last Thursday until then. It was crazy. Mike, he comes.
It says hello to running water.
That's yeah.
Fine, how do you do?
Hello, running water. Yeah,
Hey, Mike.
that's all right. That's all right. I mean, that's mighty kind of you to say hello to running water there, Mike. Anybody else you want to say hi to? That's bad. Aren't I terrible?
I don't know
Go ahead.
I don't know if you watch any of Mike's videos lately. He's really back into the e-waste business again. He got all those towers, computer towers, and he was down to doing almost down to the point of micro scrapping a few weeks ago. And man, now he just keeps getting tons and tons and tons of computers and laptops and this and that. The man's keeping busy.
Wow.
If he's not careful, he's going to give himself a heart attack. I'm telling you.
Oh, they just got through fixing his pipes,
Right?
you know. Yeah, he better be careful, that guy. He's going to piss me off, man.
Well, he says he paces himself. That's kind of how I am. I kind of pace myself, but
Sure.
everybody paces themselves until they keel over. Oh, well, maybe
Yeah, ask running water. Ask running water. My family heard me saying that for years, saying, "Don't worry about me. I'll pace myself. I'll be okay. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm, keeping an eye on things. I'll pace myself and all the ambulance calls and all of the heart procedures and all the crap." And I'm going, I haven't a clue where that shit came from. How did that happen? I don't understand. I was so careful about pacing myself. Yeah.
Too many miles, too few years.
My father-in-law was an old workhorse up until about 65 years or so of age, and he was a slender guy. Worked again when I got out of the Marine Corps. He worked my ass off doing splitting wood and stuff.
Oh yeah,
and he was triple my age, and then one day shit just started going to hell. The guy started having seeing problems, got a few. And yeah, it just all went bad on him. And then he spent, the last probably 20 years of his life, poor fella, not living a quality life, hard to see and things like that.
Whoa. Hey, Mayberry. And that I just hope that, a lot of people say, "Oh shit, you shouldn't talk that way." Well, but I hope that I can stay active, do well, fairly well at least. Yeah, I got aches and pains and issues. Jesus Christ, that guy. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Mike, so Bill's worth $10, eh? I can't believe it. Phil, you're worth $10, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, That and this is worth it too. A little bit of follow up there.
Yep.
Yeah, he just doubled your worth, man. You're oh, Mike, you're crazy. You're crazy, guy. You are just
Uh,
you are nuts. I thank you so much, so buddy. That is so cool. Thank you. The yeah, my one grandfather, the well, both of them pretty much so that way, but on my mother's side, my granddad was a farmer his whole life, and then when he retired from farming, he was a TV repairman. He repaired electronics back in the days when everything had tubes and shit in it. He did, no closed circuit or microchip stuff in it for him. Well, he was busy his whole damn life. I mean, even when he was retired, kept busy as hell. And then one day he got up and he told my grandmother, he says, God, I'm having a hard time breathing. I can't breathe. Took him to the doctor, which he only probably went to the doctor 3 times in his whole life. And they said, oh my God, they said, he's got such advanced, what the heck? Mike! Mike!
Bean.
Yeah, Bean's worth 10. He's a, yeah. But that old guy.
He's probably worth his 10 more than any
You
of
were
us.
10?
So.
That's it.
You were 10?
Bean's thinking, oh, geez, Uncle Sty is going to have to buy me some snacks when I get back in town.
There you go.
Look at him looking too. What? I'm worth 10, he said.
What 10? 10 come
What,
on,
snacks?
10 treat?
Yeah.
Treat?
10 snacks.
Snacks. Look at that. Ooh.
Snacks?
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of 'em.
Yeah.
Get-
But no, that old boy, they found out that he had extremely advanced lung cancer, and he was gone within a week and a half. That's how fast he went. And so he was just his same old self right up until the day he felt bad, and then within a week and a half he's gone.
Wow.
I mean, that's the kind of thing when a guy can go like that, and he was in his late 70s. My other grandfather, that SOB had never been to a real doctor. Now, he had a medic that worked for him in the logging camp that he had that stitched his hand up after he cut these 2 middle fingers off. He cut them right off up to the hand, and they patched him up so he had a hand with 2 fingers and a thumb. And the boy was at a strong hand. He'd grab us kids by the back of the neck and squeeze, and you thought he was killing you. But he had their camp medic cauterize that, and it wouldn't heal quite right, so he had him stitch it. And he stitched it with fishing line. And boy, that was one ugly looking cut up hand. Then the guy had both of his ears tore off in the logging mill. He ended up standing up between 2 pulleys, and he got his ears between the belts and the pulleys, and it tore both of his ears off. Well, the same medic that did his hand stitched his ears on. One was lower than the other, and they were both, one was pointing forward, one was pointing back. He stitched them on crookeder than shit. And the old man couldn't hear worth a damn because of it. Then they were floating logs across Lake Mille Lacs in northern Minnesota, and a dang storm blew in. And they got these huge, huge rafts of pine that they're floating across that lake. And they're out in the middle of this huge lake. And they said that the seas were rolling at about 4 to 5 foot crests. So those logs are going up and down about 4 to 5, 6 feet up and down. And he's on that raft of logs, and he slipped and he straddled the log. Like he's riding a horse, And the 2 logs on either side of him came up, and they came back down and landed on his hips on each side. totally dislocated the hips. The hip joints came right out of the socket and broke both of his legs just below the hip joint. That same camp medic wrapped his ass up, managed to set those bones and wrap his ass up, and he had to stay immobile for like 3 months. He couldn't move. They had to tend to him for like 3 months before he was able to actually put weight on those legs. Well, us kids, this is no shit, guys. This is no shit. Us kids, we had a nice big garage at our house, and he lived in a little cottage behind our house. And we'd see him out in the yard. We'd say, "Hey, Grandpa, come up here in the garage and hang out with us kids and tell us stories." And he'd come up there to the garage. He loved to come up and tell us stories. And he'd stand in the middle of that garage like he's in front of a big audience. And he'd start telling stories while us kids would sit there with a basketball, one behind him, one in front of him, and you'd bounce the basketball between his legs. He was that freaking bow-legged.
Oh, no.
You could bounce the basketball between his legs. Every once in a while, we'd be off aim, and you'd hit him in the nuts. Then everybody took off. Oh, Grandpa got hit in the nuts with the basketball. Time to run. But that old guy, 87 years old, told my mother, he says, "I got this terrible bellyache." He says, "My stomach hurts so bad." "Hey, Tim, good to see you." And she said, let me check you out. And she started feeling around the stomach. She goes, "Oh my God, there's something going on in there. You got to see a doctor." And he said, "A real doctor?" And she goes, "Yes, a real doctor." He goes, "I don't think so." He said, "I don't think I want to do that." And she said, "You have to." And my dad finally talked him into it. They took him to a real doctor. They did some x-rays. He had 3 growths in his stomach. One was the size of a grapefruit. And they said those have to be removed. You got to get those out of you. And we got to see if they're malignant. We're going to have to do surgery on you. And he goes, "Well, you can do that right here." Well, he's at the clinic. He said, "You can do that right here, right?" And they said, "No, hell no, you go to the hospital." "Oh, no, that's where people die," he said. And they said, "No, that's where we save people." He goes, "Not from what I hear." He says, "And anybody I know that went to the hospital never came home." He says, "No, I don't want to go to the hospital." Well, my pop talked him into going to the hospital. They did surgery on him, removed those 3 growths, and they said they were non-malignant and that his prognosis was real good. They said we really think he's only got about a 20% chance of any complications. Well, they did that surgery late in the day. The next morning, we're sitting at the breakfast table. The phone rings. My pop answers it. He was the local chief of police, and he answers it. And he's going, "You got to be kidding. No, I'll be right over there. We'll take care of that. Yeah, I'll take care of it. Don't worry." He hung up. My mother goes, "What's going on? Some emergency in town?" He goes, "No." He says, "Pop just left the hospital, walked right out, took his IV out of his arm, and off he went." They said they can't find him. So it's, what is it, from Waconia to Mound Running Water? 20 miles?
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
And
well, my pop, and it's all farm country. It's all farm country and hilly. My pop takes off in the squad car like a bat out of hell to get to that town, to get a search party together and find this old man that just had surgery less than 12 hours earlier. He gets halfway to this town, to the town of Waconia, and there's my grandfather walking down the side of the road, heading home, wearing nothing but a hospital gown. His old hairy ass hanging out. He's walking home. My pop picked him up and said, and my grandpa says, "Hey, that's nice. I get a ride halfway home at least." And my pop said, we're not going home. You're going right back to that hospital. You have to recover for a few days before they're going to send you home. And he said, no, don't put me back in there. People die in that place. He said, in fact, I know for a fact that 2 died last night while I was in there. He says, that's why I got the hell out of there. I don't want to be the next one. Well, he talked my grandpa into going in there. He dropped him off. We're sitting there having dinner that evening. Phone rings again. My pop's going, okay. He says, okay, we understand. Yeah, okay. And he hangs up. My mother's looking at him real concerned. She said, what was that about? He says, yeah, Pop just passed away. 87 years old. Very first time he got actual medical care, it killed him. So I always saw it as, no, the old man, he knew what was coming. He knew what was coming. And he did not want to be there. And the whole recovery thing, he didn't want to go through that. But he did well right up until the very end, the last couple days. The old tough old bastard, 87 years old, lived a hard, tough life his whole life, and then gone so quick. And for old guys, that's pretty fortunate. Guys like that. Other old guys go, God, if I only could, my luck, I'll get some goddamn thing that lasts for 30 years,
I just want to go when the time comes. I just want to go.
Yeah.
So,
well, Running Water's brother, my youngest boy, he told me one day, he says, the day is going to come, Pop, that I'm going to come over to your place, say, hey, you need to lay down. And I go, why the hell would you tell me that? And he says, because you will probably have been dead for 3 days and you just aren't paying attention. I go, oh, thanks a lot, Joe. He goes, yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to have to tell you, no, you got to stop. You're dead. Your funeral is this afternoon. Would you quit moving around? Yeah.
I tell everyone I'm going to go out the same way I came in, by accident.
Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? Mm-hmm. It worked out pretty good, though. For several years, we got away with letting everybody think that he was a preemie. Yeah. If a person hadn't seen him right away after he was born, they just didn't actually see him until he was like 8 months to a year old. We told him, oh, he was a preemie. He grew pretty quick, didn't he? Yeah. But he was a preemie. Yeah. Heck, we could have pulled it off as him just being, oh, yeah, that's a honeymoon baby right there. We could have pulled that off. Except the state of Minnesota had a problem with me marrying a 16-year-old for some reason.
Ah.
Yeah. So spent about 2 months fighting with the state of Minnesota, and then this old guy, you gotta listen to the old guys, man. They pay attention. They know a lot of shit. This old guy goes, why are you even trying to get married in Minnesota when all you got to do is drive about 4 hours from here to South Dakota and they'll marry you in about a half an hour? They don't give a shit how old she is or you are. They just care whether or not you're going to pay for the license or not. Mm-hmm. So I got my mother and father-in-law to give her and I a ride to South Dakota. He got married. That was so sweet, dude. That's a Sty story. I shouldn't be talking about that kid. Yeah, how Sty got married. Mm-hmm. That was quite the wedding. Yeah. Rebecca just got done grocery shopping. Oh God, I stopped at that. I can't never remember the name of that store, Running Water, that we got in town now. That it's all Wisconsin stuff.
Oh, Taste of Wisconsin?
Taste of Wisconsin, that's it, yeah. They make the best cashew cranberry chicken salad for sandwiches
That sounds
ever.
good.
Oh my God, is it to die for? The textures are perfect. And the cranberries in it. And it's it's even got
That
a little
store's
bit.
dangerous.
It's even got a little bit of pickle relish in it. So it's got enough different variances in the flavors that it's interesting.
It's got to really mess with your taste buds, right?
Yeah, because you can taste everything that's in it,
Right.
And so I bought 2 containers last week before I left town,
How about 2 containers?
and they're about a pound apiece. Well, the first night I had these 4 really big croissants, and I could eat one of those as a meal. I ate all 4 of them watching a movie that night, nibbling away, and I ate all 4 of those croissants and that whole pound of chicken salad.
Oh my gosh.
Well, then that was Thursday, and then Monday, I figured I better eat that second container unless I want to go buy more ice. So, and I thought, oh shit, I got no bread, I got no croissants, I got nothing to put it on. Oh, but I do have Ritz crackers. I ate 2 of them packs of Ritz crackers with a pound of that chicken salad on, watching a movie that night. So what did I do today? I bought this frozen pizza to have dinner tonight, and I've got 2 containers of my chicken salad in the fridge. Going back to camp with me tomorrow. That's some good stuff, boy. I loved it.
Now you got me wanting to go by the local place up there by my work and start seeing if they got anything like that. Cause that raspberry chickens with cashews in it.
Cranberry.
Yeah, with chicken and cashews in it.
Yeah.
It's not a mayonnaise based thing, is it? Or is it?
I guess there's some. I guess there's some in it, for basically just to hold it together, kind of thing.
Right.
But you don't notice mayo. Yeah.
If it's got the right thing to it, yeah.
It's almost pure chicken. I would say it's it's 78% chicken, 10% cranberry, 10% cashews, and 2% relish and a little mayo or whatever that holds it all kind of together.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so it's real chickeny, a lot of chicken. And the texture of the cashews, they're softer than most nuts, so they got a great texture. And the cranberries, the sweetness of the cranberry just pops. Oh my God.
Cashews are one of those nuts that it's got good flavor without having to be salted or honey roasted
right.
or anything else. You can just take a regular old cashew and add it to something, and it just adds something to it. Yeah.
I buy these big, what are they, 2-pound containers of cashews. Planters has got them. They're big square containers. I buy one of those every month, and I eat one of those containers every month. I eat the whole thing. And I get the unsalted ones. And like you said, I can eat them unsalted ones all damn day long. And if I decide, well, I don't know what to eat, I'll take a can of the chicken breasts, the chunks, chicken chunks. And I'll make my own salad, and I'll crunch up a bunch of cashews in a bag, dump them in there, mix them up. Yeah, cashews are great. Hey, Gemma, good to see you, girlie. Oh, you're going to compete, are you? You and Gemma over who loves who?
I got big cheeks.
I don't know, but the one fella, he's kind of a cheeky fellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do the same with my other cheeks. So.
Yeah.
You guys don't want to see that.
You don't have to use your hands for that.
You guys don't want to see that.
Look, Mom, no hands.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just a little air from a pepper, a little pepper fart,
Yeah. There's another Sty story, Mom. Look, no hands. Yeah. That wasn't a good day for Sty either. You know how Sty falls down.
We haven't heard about any falling down incidents since you've been at camp.
No,
is there anything you're not telling us?
No, actually, no. I can't. I don't. You want to talk?
Must be a pretty flat campground.
I don't know. And the closest I came was I parked my Forest Service truck by this one restroom we got, and it's a hill that goes up to the door of the restroom, and I got to put my truck in four-wheel drive to back up that hill to the door to clean that bathroom. Well, I had just done that bathroom the day before, so all I'd want to do is check the toilet paper, make sure it's got plenty of toilet paper in it while I'm doing the rest of the rounds in the campground. So I pull up. It's a tiny, narrow entrance, just as wide as the truck. Literally, there's like 2 inches on each side of the back tires going across the culvert, and you drop right off into the ditch. And I backed in just to get off of the campground road. Wasn't even thinking. And I opened that door, and I swung out, and my leg was going down, and I grabbed the steering wheel and the door, and managed to hold myself. And I'm looking, and it's about 5 feet to the ground out that door, down into the bottom of that ditch below that culvert. Yeah, I almost nosedived right out of the truck. Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, campers would have had fun with that one, watching that shit. The bangers, spotted dick, yeah. Yes, there are ways of foods, yeah. The crazy, yeah. Polka dot queen, yeah. The Jim is really into her polka dots, yeah. The yeah, this week was okay. So I get back to camp Thursday. I was busy. Very first day back, they're fucking around with my sign, raising havoc while I was gone, and 3 of the bathrooms. I don't know what people eat when they go to camp, but they gotta stop it. They gotta stop it.
Well, they eat Ritz crackers and a bunch of chicken raspberry cashew.
No.
I gotta eat it before it goes bad. So
I'm normal and regular. I mean, and that's a big hole. I mean, you should be able to drop something in that hole, but they're not dropping anything. These are blowouts. I mean, we call them blowouts, us hosts, and it's just poof. I mean, their butt must look like a brown yard sprinkler when they're going, because it will get that whole pedestal. Now, the thing is, those tall, they're like heavy plastic pedestals. Those doggone things, they're already sitting off the floor almost 18 inches. But they go below the floor of the outhouse another foot. So they're 2 feet long, those things. And I've had them where it's crap running down the sides of it, running down the sides, all the way around the inside, the whole thing, front, back, sides, and it's only 2 inches down from the seat. So I'm not kidding, there's spraying, and it's running down the side.
Yeah, it's like a ceiling sprinkler. Yeah.
I had 3 bathrooms.
Like a Hunter Biden painting.
I had 3 bathrooms with blowouts, and the one, they blew out before they hit the rim, before they got on the seat. So it was all over the back of the seat, and the lid was standing up, of course. So it's halfway up the lid, down. And I thought, I bet you if I go to the dumpster, I'm going to find their underwear and their pants and their shoes and socks all in that dumpster, because they had to have gotten all brand new shit after that, because they blew all, and it was down the outside in the front of it. They must have stood up
Well, you get the
halfway
front of
through
it,
or
yeah,
something. The rain dancer. I hate outhouses. You would like mine. You would like mine. My Forest Service supervisor now is going around to everybody when they say, well, Sty's bathrooms are so nice at his 2 campgrounds. Really like them. They're really nice. And he goes, that's because Sty has one bathroom policy, and that's, will my mother poop in there? If my mom would poop in there, then it's clean, you know. So yeah, uh, people like my outhouses. They smell good. I make sure there's air fresheners in them, and I check like my host, the main campground I'm in. I check those crappers 4 times a day, and I make sure lids are closed, doors are closed tight. People don't realize with outhouses that's the key. Keep the lid down and the door closed because they're designed to vent everything out of the pit, out a big old pipe on the outside. So none of that stink comes to the inside. And yeah, we're not allowed to use lime in ours. The septic company will reject they won't pump it if it's got lime in it. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why they do that. They're half the time they're spraying that stuff out on these farmers' fields anyway. Yeah, so that you get poop potatoes.
Oh, you're getting poop potatoes on anything everyways, whether it comes from the horse or the cow or the pig.
Or, yeah, it's coming from somebody's
It's
butt.
coming from some damn animal.
That's it.
Even if it's a human animal, it's coming from.
Well, I'll tell you what, them people that crap all over my crappers, and I got to pressure wash them. They're animals, all right. Those people are animals. And then the other day, I pull up to one of the restrooms. I'm going to restock it with toilet paper, make sure it's got plenty of toilet paper. I'm halfway up to the bathroom. I've got 3 rolls with me. I'm thinking, I probably need 1 or 2, but if it needs 3, I got them. And all of my bathrooms, the smallest quantity that bathroom's rack holds is 4 rolls. That's the smallest one. I've got bathrooms that hold 9 to 12 rolls, you know. This one was the one that holds only 4 rolls. Just before I get to the door opens, this guy comes walking out, and he's got the biggest handful of wadded up ass wipe you ever see. And I thought, my God, that's got to be almost a whole roll he's taken off, and he's got it all balled up, and he's carrying it. And I go, excuse me, what are you doing? And he said, oh, well, I'm having a real hard time getting my campfire started. You know, I'm a volunteer. They can fire me without warning. I can quit without warning. So I just looked him right in the eyes and I go, fuck you. Fuck you. You don't use our ass wipe for start fires, you some bitch. And he got, you should have seen the pathetic look on that guy's face. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't, I'm having such a hard time. I said, take that down to your fire pit. Don't light it. And just wait for me. I'm going to restock this bathroom, and I'm going to show you how to start a damn campfire. And I said, I don't know what you're going to use that ass wipe for, but I'm not going to let you burn it. So I went in there, and sure enough, there was only half of a roll out of the 4 rolls left, and I had stocked that the day before. The night before, he probably used 2 rolls to get his fire going. So I went down, and I showed him how to start a fire. And he goes, oh, that wasn't so hard.
Just take some gasoline with you. That makes it easy.
Oh, that makes it real easy. You betcha. Kathy, good to see ya.
Why make it so difficult? You get this flint, and you get this thing, and you get some dry leaves. No, get some fucking lighter fluid. Get some thing for the grill for carrot.
The nice thing about it is almost every fire I started this year, I used these. I don't have any with me to show them, but they're called cricket 5-minute fire starters, and they're small. They're just little square deals with a match head type deal on them. You strike them right on the box, and you stick that sucker underneath your kindling, and it burns for 5 minutes. It gets it. I haven't had a single fire where I had to start it a second time with using one of those fire starters. And birch bark, if you're up here where I'm at, why? And I asked him, I said, come here, I want to show you something. Walked over to the edge of his campsite and I said, you see all that white stuff all over the woods in there, laying all over? Yeah. I said, that's dead birch laying everywhere. I said, go gather that. It burns so much better than ass white. And it's like it's been soaked in gas. I mean, that's a nice thing with birch bark. You got a lot of birch. Once you strike a match to it, man, it takes off. And yeah, no, that guy. There you go.
I've been camping with a few people there from out of Ashland that hang out at the bars with us, and they're all they're going out camping, and I was just going to go spend the night in the car when the car was running. This was over a year ago, but go out to they're camping out there, Little Sand Bay. They're out there fighting, trying to get their fires going, and they got matches, they got lighters, they got everything stacked up, and got the one friend said, can you help me start the fire? I'm like, yeah, just a sec. We get the wood all set up. She's like, well, what are you going to use for dinner? I'm like, well, I got my stuff in the car, and then I've got one of those click blow torches.
Oh, yeah.
It's like everyone else like, what? But it's like, I'm not roughing it out in the woods right now. It's not survival rule.
Right. Yeah. And that's it. That's it. That's why I'm not a true bushcrafter, because these bushcraft, a lot of these bushcraft people, it's, man, if you start a fire with a match or with a cigarette lighter, you ain't no bushcrafter. Every fire's got to be started with a ferro rod or a flint steel or a hand bow or a bow drill. I look at him, I go for it. I don't give a fuck, you stupid moron. I want a fire. I can do all those things.
Right.
I've done them. I can do them again. But do you think I want to do it that way every time I start a fire? Nah. There's a lot of times where when I decide I want a fire, I want it right now.
Right.
I don't want to have to go gather the right materials and spend 10, 15 minutes prepping and getting a fire started when all I have to do is stack my shit, throw a match in it, woof, there it goes. Hey, well, you're burning now. That's it. I got cigarette lighters up the yin yang. I actually did a count the other day in my trailer, and I had to bag some up and just store them away because they were laying everywhere. I only had 27 cigarette lighters laying around. 27 of them. 27 cigarette lighters. And the real embarrassing part was when I started checking my pockets, and 5 of them were on me. I had 5 cigarette lighters. I had 1 in one pocket, 3 in another, 1 in the shirt pocket, and 1 in my back pocket. Oh well. Never be without, right?
I had one explode in my pocket. The other day. Found out black lighters aren't good during the summer when you're wearing black pants and.
Oh, that's
dumb. It's hot.
Don't leave them on the dash of your truck either. I had a guy out at camp.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I had a guy out at camp. I asked him, how's it going? He goes, it was going good until I had a big lighter explode on the dash of my truck. I said, oh my God. I said, it's 93 degrees out. And he goes, oh no, it was like 150 degrees at least in the truck because I had the windows closed. He says, oh yeah, it blew and it sprayed. He says, I had a pair of sunglasses up there, blew them right out off the dash. Yeah, he said pieces of plastic all over the place. Yeah, yeah, it's okay as long as there's nothing that'll ignite it. But if there's anything close by that'll spark it, you don't want one of them puppies bursting on you.
Yeah, then you got to do the opposite thing in the wintertime. You got to leave a 6-pack of pop out in the vehicle when it's 30 below.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You don't
what,
do
the
that
last
either.
winter before last, I left 12-pack of soda sitting on the back porch of the house. You know, the back porch just has the dryer out there because it's
Yeah,
so
there's no
cold. Like
heat.
I can't have the washer out there, so I got the dryer out there, and I had
Hey,
that
Gypsy
case
is the vanilla gorilla.
and that case out there, so it'd get cold. So I'd bring it on the truck with me. Then I'd have cold soda there, for leaving. Forgot it there. Then got
Uh-huh.
Joe called me up a couple days later saying there's Mountain Dew all over the back porch.
Uh-huh.
It's
Uh-huh.
like,
Uh-huh.
it's like,
I remember him bitching to me about it. He says, that stupid brother of mine left a case of Mountain Dew out in the back porch. And I go, no, not in the back porch. He goes, well, now the back porch, you might as well call the whole porch a can of Mountain Dew. He says, oh, yeah, it's busted and sprayed all over the damn place. He says, that's stupid. I said, he ain't so stupid. He got in that semi truck and got the hell out of town before it blew. Hey, Vanessa, good to see ya. Yeah, there are little things like that. Sometimes you just got to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
Now, I had a camper about a week or so ago. He was telling me, he says, yeah, I really screwed up. And I said, how's that? It was one of those hot days. It hit 90 that day. And he's got this nice travel trailer. It's not a really big travel trailer, but it's a newer one. And it's one of those, why do people want a travel trailer that's mostly black and silver? Unless you can plug that sucker into power somewhere and run the air 24/7, you don't want that color for a trailer. Well, he's got a black one. That whole thing's almost all black. And he said, I screwed up. He says, I left a container, he says, of potato salad I bought at Walmart. And it's got it's got the plastic film that's sealed on it, plus the plastic lid. And he says it was sitting on the table. When I got back, he says it had exploded. I got potato salad all over the ceiling. I laughed. Hey, looky here. Hi, Gemma.
Hi.
I was wondering if she got the link I sent
Oh.
her.
Yeah, I did. I forgot my password. I had to reset my password because I haven't been on Instagram for yonks. So I had to reset my
Gemma is such a knobhead. Can't remember her own password.
I don't really like Instagram. I find Instagram's a bit so I don't really go on it that often unless I really have to.
Hey, Vanessa, I've done that too. I did that. I had 2-liter bottles of 2 liters, and 2 bottles of soda in the back of my truck. And I'm going down this gravel road, bouncing around, and one of them, it just hit just right. And I could hear this boom, 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 boom in the back of my truck. I thought, what the hell is that? And then I seen this mist kind of coming out of the box, and I stopped. And then it quit. And I looked in there, and that thing, it had punctured, and it was spinning on the bed of the truck from the pressure spraying out. So it was spraying around in a circle. My whole bed of my truck was just all sticky as pop. Yeah.
Well, I found out something that hurts.
Hi, Nick.
Is these big cans of the Monster Energy drink.
Oh, yeah.
They got the screw cap. I wasn't thinking about it. Got a job site. I had just taken a drink. They're like, yeah, okay, I'm right here. Like, okay, fine. Set it up on the dash. Just boom. Got out. did my stuff out there, and it was hot. We were out in Utah. I get back in the truck, start it up, get the AC going, and suddenly that metal cap blasted off of that thing, caught me right in the forehead. That it just timed out just perfect. It built up that pressure, and boom! You know, it's only half a can, so I didn't get sprayed with anything, but that it launched it out there like champagne cork.
Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. See, you already inherited something from me. My bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, I told you I'm going to be going out by accident.
Yeah. Boy, something happened there.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm glad it wasn't on my end.
No, it's either a StreamYard or a YouTube thing or an internet connection thing.
Yeah, because this did it and my phone did it at the same time.
Yeah, the whole panel started spinning, and I looked, and it was saying that there was a bad connection.
Yeah,
is all it was telling me, is that there's a bad internet connection. I don't know if shouldn't be my internet. I paid it today. and I did check the speed, and it was good.
I checked mine. Mine says it's good connection, so maybe it wasn't mine.
Yeah, it was on Sty's end or YouTube's end or someone, but it wasn't on anybody's individually.
I did have to reset it earlier because it's been really hot here, and the hot weather's been causing a lot of problems with internet around here. So
Has it?
So it took me. I had to reset it twice earlier. I was trying to upload my video, and I just about got to upload, and then boom, internet went out. I was like, "Oh, for crying out loud!" Really?
Yeah, Nick, I took a look at it. That's pretty bad. That's good. Yeah, he sent me something over on Messenger. Cat messing with things. but yeah, Travis from Destination Great Lakes, he got himself a tower and a cell phone booster. He called me once using it, and then we did a video chat on the phone. Was it on the phone? No, it was on here. And he kept moving. He can't get very far away from the base of that thing, and he loses signal right away. I told him he's just in the wrong place, man. I had two goofballs out at my campground doing a video conference out there, and they had a cell booster and a hotspot. So they were doing a video conference right there in the campground. So, yeah, my supervisor, he said he's got to go around the whole district and steal everybody's Smokey the Bear swag from them and bring it to me, because I'm out. I'm out. I've got a couple of rulers and two or three.
More of those tube tops?
No, I gave the last one out day before yesterday, but that gal wouldn't model it for me. I don't know why. I don't know why.
Hey, Shane.
Hey, Shane. Good to see you.
Shane?
Yeah, she just wouldn't do it. And her husband said, "No, I think he's right. You should go. Yeah, put that on." Yeah. She goes, "That's not what it's made for." I said, "You'd be surprised.
You'd be surprised.
You get it, multi-purpose. Yeah. If you put that on as a tube top, I'll wear it as a do-rag for the next week, boy. I guarantee it won't get washed either."
We were for a face mask. Sty, why you got your face mask on?
Well, I just got to keep it there. Yeah. COVID. JDS, good to see ya. Doug Canuck is in the house.
Hey Shane, what's up?
Yeah,
Hey JDS.
I've had a lot of fun with all the Smokey the Bear swag. Um, I need Dennis Canoe Hound to show up. Look at what I got for him. Oh,
A clear envelope,
the
transparent.
the
I know it's got
it's all Smokey the Bear swag in here. There's balloons. There's a flexible ruler. There's a buff in here. There's a Smokey the Bear head. There's a whistle. There's stickers. There's swizzle sticks. Mix your drinks.
nice.
There's a bracelet. All Smokey the Bear shit, right? He's a Canuck. He's a Canadian. And he's been so good to me. He's been so good to me, sending me stuff. And he said, I sure would love to get a hold of some of that Smokey the Bear swag. We don't get that stuff in Canada. And I said, well, we'll see what you can do, Dennis. So I managed to salvage a bag full of Smokey the Bear stuff.
And who would have thought it? I would have thought Smokey the Bear stuff was dead and gone.
It's his 75th birthday. That's a big deal. Smokey the Bear is 75, man.
He doesn't look a day over 65.
It was my nana's birthday last week. She was 84 last week.
84. Wow.
Yeah. We went round there for a Chinese, and she goes, I didn't think you were going to show up. She went, why do you want to sit with this old woman? And I was like, one, because you're my nana. I haven't seen you in nearly 2 years. And two, it's your birthday, woman. I'm treating you to food. That's why I'm here. And she's like, oh. Hey, Peppers.
Yeah, them old folks, you just don't know how many more visits you got with them until they ain't here with you no more.
Hey, Roy and Becky.
Yeah, exactly. And then I went to see my granddad in the care home. I showed this funny picture we took. We took a selfie the other day. It was so funny. My granddad's like quite an old traditional. He's a I taught him to do a selfie pout. This is me and my granddad when we went to see the boatyard last week.
There
That's
you
a
go.
sweet picture.
And he said to me, he goes, why do you want a picture? He goes, what's good about a picture with an old man like me who's grumpy? I'm like, just smile, will ya? I would need to have a picture with you. He's like, oh, all right. But it took about
Memories
4
of those
attempts
days.
to do it.
Yeah, memories
Well,
of those days when they're not around anymore.
Well, I'll tell you, one thing to keep in mind is, and I'm starting to find out, I'm learning as I go here, the older you get, birthdays come around and everybody, oh, happy birthday. Oh, it's your birthday. And it's like, oh, get the fuck out of here. Quit reminding me how old I'm getting.
Yeah, my granddad's 93. He was 93 in February.
Wow. Wow, that's great.
He always reminds me every time I go and see him, the first thing he tells me is about his military days, and he's like, well, sit down and hear this story. And I'm like, yeah, I know which one I'm going to hear. It's going to be the firefighter story, and it's the same stories, and he loops them on constant. And I'm like, how can you remember all these? And he sits there and tells me for hours.
I ain't got no time for that.
If Ty's ever told the same story more than once, right?
It's not my fault that people that have heard it. It's not my fault when people that have heard it are hearing it a second time when I'm telling it to someone who hasn't heard it.
Well, see, that's why I always start one of those stories with, I may have told this before, but I'm going to go ahead and tell it again, because sometimes new people will hear it. I think Sty forgets that he's got to do that. That way that we don't think he's all going senile.
No,
this is the first time he's ever told the story.
See, that's where you're totally mistaken. You would think I would say that when I started saying something, telling a story, because I care whether the person had heard it before or not. That's where you're so mistaken. I don't care. if you heard it before or not. Sit there and respect your elders and shut the fuck up. What's the matter with you? Shame on you. We're going to put your ass in the corner and you're going to go without dinner
I
tonight.
was doing a weekday guilty, just so you know.
You look at the 208 Sty stories I've got on my channel so far,
Mm-hmm.
and not one of them were told twice.
Well, there you go.
So there you go.
So
There you have it.
So there you go.
There you are.
There you have it. There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Hey,
Go.
I had
Go.
something happen this week,
go. I bet you did.
and I was pissed because okay,
I pissed this week too.
I had one GoPro I had packed away. The other GoPro, I couldn't remember where the hell I had it, which truck it was in, or was it in my trailer? I couldn't remember where the hell it was, and I was running around looking for it. And then I just gave up. I'm in my trailer, right? And I'm doing some video editing. And it's after sunset, just barely after, about 9:45 at night. And I could hear voices. I thought, oh shit, I'm losing it. I'm hearing shit, and I'm hearing voices. And I thought, sounds like somebody's in my campsite talking. I opened up my trailer door. There's 5 people sitting around my fire pit. And they've got a fire going. They've got a fire going in my fire pit, and they're all sitting around it in my camp chairs they took out of my information center. And I walked over and I grabbed a chair out of my camp kitchen, drug it over. I said, would you people mind if I joined you around the fire? And they go, oh, no, come on, pull your chair up. I said, wait a minute. Do any of you realize you're in my frickin' campsite? And by the way, where'd you get that wood for that fire? I said, out of your pile over there. I said, say what? Well, we were using your information center and it got so dark we couldn't read anymore. So we thought, let's have a fire. We'll sit around the campfire out here outside your information center. And I was for a loss of words. And they go, well, that's all right, isn't it? I go, well, I don't know, because it's never frickin' happened before that somebody took my firewood, put it in my fire pit, started a campfire, and then, well, I'm explaining to them, I've never seen anybody do that before. Here comes this guy walking through the woods. Got him, guys! And he's got a handful of sharpened sticks and a big bag of marshmallows. They were all campers from my campground. They all came over to my place and used my wood. Had a campfire. Never invited me. They're having a hell. Hey, Nick. Oh, there. That'll scare the hell out of you.
You're all right,
Nick.
Sty, you're right, Bill.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, Joan.
Oh, Gemma.
Hi, Nick. How you doing?
I'm all right. I've had a few beers tonight.
Nice.
No, it's not. I had a warning off a copper.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't like that.
No, I didn't say anything nasty to her.
No,
All
I
I
didn't say you did.
No, all I said was, all right, love, you can search me anytime you want.
Oh, that's funny. Oh,
Hey.
wow.
Hey, I've been doing survival tool reviews lately. You know, one thing that I realize now, every single survival tool out there, all of them, got a bottle opener on them. If you're in a survival situation, are you going to have a cold beer to open while you're out there? I don't think so. Why do they have to put a bottle opener in every single survival tool? I reviewed a hatchet yesterday. The sheath has a bottle opener on it. You should not be drinking and swinging that hatchet around. Everything's got a damn bottle opener on it. I got to thinking about it. I thought, why is that? Why, oh yeah, that's it. In a survival situation, you got to be able to open a cold beer, have a couple of beers, and calm down a bit, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez. I don't know. This world is weird, really weird.
Though that can be an emergency situation out there. You're at camp. You've got 6-pack of long necks and nothing to open them with. Get out the shovel and
Get out the survival shovel because it's got a bottle opener on it. Get out the survival axe. It's got a bottle opener on it. Get out that multi-tool that fell apart on me. That's got a bottle opener on it. I was at the point where I was taking a point away if they put bottle openers on their tools, but I quit doing that. I just ignore the bottle opener now. Oh, and then it's got this thing on it. 'Cause I don't think a survival situation and the bottle opener is going to be that critical that you need that.
Hey, Sty, you never know. You might fall into someone's private stash of beer somewhere.
Could be. Get locked in a beer cooler?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they went home for the weekend and locked you in the beer cooler? And
Yeah.
You don't have a bottle opener on your survival multi-tool? Oh, man.
No, I just use a lighter instead. It's easier.
Yeah, find a stash of Budweiser in the stump somewhere. Yeah. Hey, that's another thing. I was talking about how these people go in and they'll have blowouts. They poop all over the toilet and everything. One of my campgrounds, I had a bathroom that was just nasty like that. And in the woods right next to the outhouse, I found about 20 Busch beer cans. And people got a big kick out of it for a couple of days. I had written up a sign and pinned it to the pay station out at the entrance. Busch beer is only allowed if you use the restroom at home. Because I got a feeling that's what was making them have these blowouts. They were drinking too much Busch. Kind of liquefied everything in them.
Ooh.
There is a difference whether you're drinking that near beer and you're drinking good beer.
Yeah.
I'll tell you from experience.
There ain't nothing worse than having to drink near beer near somebody with a good beer.
And there she goes.
Yep. But I've had that happen where, I had to stay dry and I was drinking near beer and all my buddies are sitting around me drinking good, strong beer. And I'm sucking on that pea beer, nothing but bottled piss.
I didn't mind that stuff for a long time. I still don't mind it. It's good when you're in the middle of the day when it's hot and you just want to have a beer.
If you want to just for the flavor and it being nice and icy cold, I can drink one or two, but if I feel that I'm stuck drinking it, then I don't like it.
Yeah. Last thing I want to do is have one of these dark beers, in the middle at 2:00 in the afternoon when it's 90 degrees outside. It's like, nah.
Yeah.
And that's all Joe drinks.
Is it your brother?
Heavy, thick, dark beers.
Yeah, but he doesn't leave the house by the sounds of things.
No, not much.
Not much, but he'll go out in the yard and do stuff every once in a while. But he's out there drinking Amberbach and and some Swedish or Norwegian Viking blood beer crap. Comes in like
I talk that way about Norwegian
ceramic bottle.
You're gonna get in trouble. The Viking Queen's gonna castrate you.
Yeah, you don't want any of that inbred Norwegian beer.
Oh, that's bad, man. You're bad. You're bad. You're bad.
Did I say something wrong? Oh.
No,
Well,
but you probably shouldn't have said it. No matter how, there's a lot of things that are right in the that are right that it's wrong
Shouldn't
to
be,
say.
yeah.
Yeah. That's I always said that. That there's a lot of things in the world that could be said but should not be. It always reminds me of the old drunk on the bus, and he's sitting there and he belches just hard, and the lady across the aisle from him looks at him. She goes, "Oh, you're drunk and disgusting." He looks at her. He goes, "Yeah, okay." He belches again. She goes, "See, you're just disgusting, just a disgusting drunk." And he goes, "You know what, lady? You're fat and ugly." And she goes, "How dare you? See, you're just a disgusting old drunk." And he goes, "Yeah, you're fat and ugly too." And she goes, "You're not going to amount to be anything. You're just a disgusting drunk." And he goes, "Yeah, lady, I am. You're right. But guess what? I'll be sober in the morning, and you're still going to be fat and ugly."
What was my ex-missus doing there? She's fat and ugly.
Yeah. Yep. Just probably shouldn't have been said,
I got a delivery. Was it yesterday or day before from Amazon? I ordered a little hot sauce.
Jesus. Just a gallon. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Can I get this?
That's the Steve-O hot sauce for your butthole hot sauce.
Aye.
So, yeah. So we're gonna. Travis has got a gallon too. So we're gonna look at all those seeds.
No shit. It looks more like salsa in a salsa bottle.
Probably it has the consistency of salsa. This is gonna be good.
so you take it as a suppository or what?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I want to see that challenge, Phil.
Bend over.
Let me know when you're airing that challenge, Phil. I'll be there.
Squeeze harder.
You watch it, Running Water, and then tell me about it, okay? I don't want to be witness to that. Something not even I want to see.
Be all over the news, Michigan man cauterized his butthole. It's like
habanero ain't gonna cauterize your butthole. So
it's made with hops.
It's habanero and garlic. Yeah, it's a very garlic forward habanero hot sauce. It's actually very good. It's funny because Travis says he's probably bought about 8 or 9 bottles since he first had it because it's kind of his normal hot sauce.
Oh,
well, the bottles are $9 a piece plus shipping. This thing was either $33 or $35 plus shipping from Amazon. I don't know how many bottles you can fill up with this, but we're gonna do some stupid shit with it. Not exactly sure yet, but
oh boy.
Snort it.
What?
I said snort it.
What the fuck is that? I can't even understand what the fuck you're saying.
Up your nose.
Snort it. You snort? You don't snort the hot sauce. What the hell?
You're shucking up your schnoz.
Hey, Blake.
No, that was burn.
Matt. Good to see you, Matt.
It might burn, but it'll be fun to watch.
Be fun for you. Well, fuck you.
I'm doing real good, Blake. Hey, that arrowhead you sent me over a year ago, it hangs from my truck mirror all the time. And man, my campers, they drive by and they see it hanging from the mirror in the truck, and they stop and ask questions all the time about that arrowhead. That's pretty cool. It's a good conversation starter.
Speaking of Indians or arrowheads, did you see the new name of the Cleveland Indians? Apparently not.
No,
they're now the Cleveland Guardians.
Why?
Well, apparently there's a bridge that goes to Cleveland Stadium or whatever, and there's 2 great big like soldiers on either side of it. They call the Guardians. if you look at their logo, the Guardians, it's basically Indians, but with guard. So they're using the same font. I mean,
Right.
they got an entirely different logo. They got rid of Chief Wahoo. But I bet you there is a rush of people right now buying up all the Chief Wahoo stuff they can get their hands on before that Guardian stuff goes on sale.
See, that's it, is whenever they push an issue like that and then they do the name switch, man, you want to keep an eye on when that shit's coming and then buy up a bunch of the pre-change stuff and just have it because, you know, it can be a little bit of a risk, but it can pay off. It can pay off.
You take the old brand new merch, you put it in a box, you put it somewhere where sunlight and everything else you can't get to it, throw some mothballs in it, and 20, 30 years from now, you open it up.
Yep. A couple of those space bags, you use the vacuum on,
and boy, you see it all the time on eBay, old new stock, and it's still in the original packaging. It's never been opened. It's never been touched. And you go, so what? Who the hell would want that in the first place? And then you go, oh, wow, they got $580 for that little fucking thing they paid $1 for back in the day. Yep. Not a bad idea. What the hell? I was watching the movie Goonies the other night out at camp. And I missed that one line when they're digging through this. What the hell was his name? David Copperpot, this guy, the dead guy they find. And they're digging through his wallet. Well, he was there back in the 50s, 40s, or 50s. And they're digging through his shit, And the one kid, Chunk, he goes, Luke Eric, what's this shit? And he throws it. He finishes. He's got a fucking original Lou Gehrig fucking trading card that's probably worth a few $1,000. Bitch, that son of a bitch, watch this shit. And he throws it. And I'm going, that's it. See, that's the thing is, Chester Copperpot. That's right, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The thing that always bugged me with that movie is the captain, One-Eyed Willie, and as a kid you don't notice that, and you grow up and it's like, that's not a proper name to having a kid's movie. It's
an adult innuendo that they. That's why they did do that, is so the mom and dad can sit in the theater and get through the movie too. Oh my God, the kids are looking for their One-Eyed Willie. That's good. And the kids are going, ooh, mean pirate. Yeah, you're good. Yeah, right. Yeah, you wait, kid. You'll find out someday. Funny.
I'll catch you on the next one.
Okie dokie.
Yeah,
short and sweet.
Yeah. I've got a busy day.
All right.
We'll see you there, buddy.
All right. Catch you later.
The stream's never far behind, and if you're up on the panel, if you're on the panel, it doesn't get behind at all. Just saying. If you're on the panel,
just saying.
You're always up to speed. My phone's behind. What's up on StreamYard right now is not behind. Just saying.
Golden-eyed Willie.
Oh,
yeah. No, my favorite character in that whole movie, Goonies, of course. What the hell did they call him? They call him Lars one time. They call him, was it Shep, I think, or something like that. The big guy who's all screwed up.
Oh,
and he
Lunk. Is that Lunk?
Sloth.
Yeah.
Sloth. That's what they were calling him. And I love it. Ruth, baby. Yeah, he wants that Ruth part. I just love that part. And then when he's standing there and he's just happier than snot, and he's holding that little container of ice cream, he goes, Rocky Road? I thought he'd be a great pet. Ain't that terrible? Ain't that terrible? I want him as a pet, man. Yeah, yeah. I it's one of those goofball movies that you got to watch it once every couple of years, just to, yeah.
Well,
But yeah,
but yeah,
there
you
you
had
go.
the behind the scenes stuff with it. Like the scene there towards the end where they come down that water slide deal, end up in that lagoon,
Yep,
and then see the ship. That was the first time that those actors, those kids, were seeing that ship. And they
yep.
did that on purpose to get their real reactions.
Reactions. Yeah. Hey, you guys. Yeah. That's probably the most important line in the whole thing. Is him bellowing out, "Hey, you guys!" Yeah, the
But you can make that movie now because of all the PC wokeness. The little
bad,
Asian kid.
bad,
You
bad,
know,
bad, bad.
make
Oh, the
making Chunk doing the truffle shuffle.
all of the
Yeah, fat
innuendos,
shaming.
all
Yeah,
of the very obvious innuendos to keep mom and pop happy at the theater is so loaded that, yeah, if they PC rated that sucker, they'd never allow it to be made. The the kid, little Chinese kid with all the seeing that's it is technology, little Chinese kid with all the gadgets, man, everything. Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure I got this 100%, but I was told the little Chinese kid in Goonies is the same Asian fella that's in The Walking Dead.
Could be.
It's either him or the one that was in Temple of Doom with Indiana Jones.
yeah. He's in the Temple of Doom. Is the same kid in Temple of Doom, but
Yeah.
I don't know about
Yeah.
Walking Dead.
Yeah, he was younger in Temple of Doom.
Right.
The
Someone in the chat looked that up. You're gonna look that up.
Yeah, fact check.
No, Glenn.
Can I get a fact check, please?
Yeah,
A fact check.
yeah. Now watch. If it wasn't, they're gonna be like, yeah, Phil. Yeah, they all look alike, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, watch it! Don't be talking like that on my channel.
Gotta try a different haircut.
That's right. Hey, you want to see? I don't know. Has anybody watched the movie? I watched it for the very first time. What's his name? Rutger Hauer. RPG. Anybody seen the movie RPG?
No.
Oh, you wanna mind F yourself? Watch that movie, man. Watch that movie. It's all of these old, sick, ready to die billionaires. And this guy came up with this technology where he can actually take your brain, take everything in your brain, all your thoughts, and implant them into a younger person. And you become that younger person.
Hot damn, I'm in.
But that younger person, they're dead. They're gone because they wiped their brain completely at once. It's gone. You're replacing it, right? But they said that technology is so expensive and so difficult that they can only do one at the point they were at. We can only do one. So they got these 10 billionaires, right? And they're charging them hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars to each have a chance to be that one person that gets to be young forever. But they got to play a game. They put them in these pod things, and they said, we're going to transfer your brains into young people. And as those young people, you have to play this game. And at the end, only one will survive. And that person, lo and behold, is the one that gets to have this whole procedure done. That is one freaky deal.
RPG.
Because all these people, RPG. And all these people, they give them a room full of young people, and they got to pick which one they want to be. Well, you can pick whatever gender you want, whatever race you want, whatever. It was really freaky. Who they ended up being as young people, who they picked. And the key was they don't even know who they are. They come to, as a young person in this abandoned town in Portugal, they come to, they don't even know who they are. It's like they've got anything about their history, their past is gone. They just wake up young. But they know what they're there for, this game. They all get together in this one spot, and there's holographs of them as old people, and they're all looking at these old people going, who the fuck am I? Which one of them am I? And the whole idea was one person had to die every hour for the next 10 hours. In other words, you had to kill somebody. But you don't want to kill them unless you know who they are as an old person. You got to figure out who's who.
You could kill yourself.
So that's it. Is you kill somebody, you got to know who they are as an old person, and you go up and you touch that hologram, and if you're right, the hologram disappears. If you're wrong, the hologram disappears of the actual person who it was, and you fry. And it's a fairly long movie, but I mean, you watch the mind games that these people play with each other to try to figure out who's the young actress, or who's the old actress, Actually, she's an ancient old actress, but she's an actress. Well, if she's an actress, she must know an awful lot about acting.
Right.
So she'd be a good faker, She can make you think she's somebody else, And that's it. They're trying to make each other think they're someone they're not, and all kinds of. That screwed with me so bad the other night. I watched that. I had a hard time sleeping that night, thinking, man, if they ever offer that to me, here's your chance. You can be young, but you gotta play this game. No, fuck you. You just no. I'm ready. I'll go. I'm done. I'm out of here. I ain't playing that your freaking game.
Well, that's like,
Yeah.
did you see that movie,
Hey,
Circle?
James. Yes, that one too. When you
Where,
put me onto that, yeah, I bought that
yeah,
one on. I bought that one on Amazon Prime. That's
yeah,
another one.
that's another mind. Yeah,
Yeah, they got to decide who's going to die next. That bullshit. Yeah. Oh, it's
yep.
yeah.
And there
Eh,
can only be one out of each group.
that's right. And what I get a kick out of is movies that are designed that way. They're social experiments, are what they are. And
Mhm.
a lot of people figure, oh, it's just some movie maker's idea. No, the writer wrote that as a social experiment. They're showing you the actual experiment, but they know everybody that watches that social experiment's going through their head.
Mhm.
They're sitting there telling themselves, what if I was in one of their shoes? What would I do? And so it's got to be careful. They might be conditioning us. Hey, Mike, you have a good night, buddy. Thanks for hanging around so long, man.
Good night, Mike.
You take good care of yourself. Yeah, take care of yourself, you asshole. God, you're so nice. You're so nice. I mean, that guy dropped $20 on me for you.
He dropped $20 on you. He didn't drop shit on me.
Well, that makes him not an asshole. Now, if he would have saved that $20 and gone over to your channel and given it to you, why'd he do that asshole? He could have done that over here. So you got to look at it as like Anne when the first time she was showing off her Pooh Bear on her boob there, and all the money I made that night. Oh my God! And it was hard for me to inform people. You know, you're giving me all this money to see her poo bear,
There you go.
and you know, what can I say? I guess I'm good with it. Anne's laughing. Oh, I've gone back and looked at that stream a couple of times, and it was just so funny that night. It was so hilarious. Uh, hey, you two talk a minute. I'll be right back. I gotta get my next
Okay.
cup of coffee.
So what town are you in right now, Rainwater?
I'm over by Hartford, Connecticut.
Ah, good old Connecticut, huh?
Yeah, there's no good about it.
Probably hot as hell there right now, huh?
That's not too bad. I think
No?
was it 71 degrees?
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No,
Well,
no, but this is my third time up this way in the last 2 weeks. You know, I've been up to New Hampshire, been up to Maine, now Connecticut, just keep going back and forth. And it doesn't help that that whole stretch across 80 and 90 from Chicago all the way east until you hit the ocean is under construction.
those are the worst.
Yeah, it's nonstop. One, I've got my traffic app will tell me the percentage of construction along a route,
Right.
and I'm averaging about 30% under construction for the routes coming out this way.
And the worst part is with those types of areas is there aren't any alternate routes.
No,
Yeah, you just got to go your route. I mean, if you're going out west, you know, you could take an alternate route, you know, because it might open up or something. When you go into those New England states, all that shit, it's all jam packed over there, wherever all the settlers came, you know, decades ago. Yeah,
well, and there's alternates for cars. Cars can take
cars.
alternates. Yeah, but for those trucks,
Not for you
well,
guys.
and it doesn't help when you have stuff like, you know, what's it? Day before yesterday, I was coming across Ohio, heading west, and it was right there by between Toledo and Indiana state line. I'm on the turnpike. They had about a 30-mile stretch that was under construction. And it's like an hour delay because there was an accident in the middle of it.
Fuckers.
And I was like, okay, well, I'll just pop up and grab US 20. You know, let's go the same way. You know, can run that. But they had that closed too for construction. So the alternate was also under construction. Yeah. And I was talking to DOT officer, asking him about all the construction. He said that, you know, what they've been told, you know, and they'll watch for it, that you've got all these construction companies that are tearing into their contracts, you know, start tearing into the road to get it started, but then don't finish it right now just to get all the job sites open so Biden can't shut it down. You know, if there's a hole in the road, it needs to be finished.
Oh, really?
You know, yeah. That they started doing that right after the pipeline deal because it's all union workers that are doing the road work, and they're like, no, let's tear this up so there's no choice but to get it done, and we can do it later, but they can't freeze us on it.
Well, that's infrastructure. He wouldn't shut down infrastructure unless it's like a wall or a pipeline.
Have you looked at those? Have you looked at their proposed infrastructure bills? Only about 2% of it actually goes to infrastructure.
What we consider to be infrastructure, what mainstream people consider to be infrastructure. Now they just call everything infrastructure.
Right.
Hi,
Lori.
What's up, Lori J?
The road that goes to my campground, I take that back road, the gravel, back and forth to my campground just to avoid the construction. And I decided today I'm going to take the blacktop route because I hadn't taken it in a month and a half. And I headed up the blacktop route. I figured they got to be done with the construction. Oh, hell no. 9 different spots. They're putting all new culverts in across the highway. They're great big suckers, 3-foot round culverts, big culverts, and so they got a trench across the highway. But they got smart now where they take out half the highway, lay their culvert in, then they backfill and make that a lane over that, finish the other half, close that off. So now they got the portable street lights out there. Well, those intersection lights, those portable ones, guess what? Those work on Bluetooth. I was talking to one of the guys.
Oh, really?
Yep. They actually work on Bluetooth off of and they're just using a smartphone, an app on a smartphone that runs the lights, and they tell them when they want them, what time intervals, and do they want go red, yellow, green, or do they just want red, green, or yeah. And he says every once in a while, he says it's just like anything else. When you're on the phone or on the internet, you get hiccups. I said, you don't want that shit screwing up.
Right.
I mean, all of a sudden you got a green light on the east side and the west side. Not good. Not good.
I always thought it would be good to get a hold of one of those signs that's got lettering and stuff on it. It says traffic slow, and you could have an app on your phone where you could put something else on there.
What I really got a kick out of today is they had a sign way down by Clam Lake that said road closed 15 miles ahead. Well, that puts you 5 miles out of the town of Mellon. Okay. You can't quite get to Mellon because 15 miles ahead, the road's closed. They got that work done. And they're working just about a mile further towards Mellon. So they moved that road closed sign. But they moved the damn thing 8 miles. And it says road closed 15 miles ahead. Well, you're going to be where that sign is, you're going to be driving 12 miles through the back country with no roads. There ain't no roads there. Because you're going to hit Mellon, and there's still going to be a dozen miles of road that are supposedly going to be open until you hit the closed part. And fucking fit closed 15 miles ahead. Mellon's only another 4 miles. I mean, what the hell? You're 4 miles from Mellon. And a T's, it's a T. You can't go anywhere beyond there. Poor dumb bastards.
Well, something that's really messed up that I've noticed a lot of states have started doing is, when you've got side roads that are closed, you're on your highway. Let's say you're on, Highway 2, and Highway 13's closed. Them putting out a sign out on Highway 2 saying road closed ahead. So you're there thinking, okay, I need to figure out an alternate route.
I'll take 13. And that's the one that's actually closed.
Well, and it's when you get up to the road that's actually closed that it says, closed to through traffic on that side road. So it's a guessing game now on whether when you see a closed road, is that my road? Is that an adjacent road?
That's one thing here. That's one thing here too that I notice all summer. Detour signs. Mm-hmm. It'll say road closed, detour ahead, but it doesn't say which road is closed.
Oh, where the detour goes?
All of a sudden, you'll see a detour sign and it's pointing down this side road, and you're like, "Am I supposed to take that? Am I supposed to turn here?" And you just take the risk and you go past it, and then you realize, nope, look in the rearview mirror, it's the same on that side of the road. The detour goes down that road, but it's from both directions. Why are they redirecting traffic down that road?
Crazy.
It's stupid. It's just so stupid. And for us on Double G, where my campground's at, there's nowhere to go as a detour. So they don't have any detours on Double G for 20 miles. All they have are road closed ahead signs. And they have those at every gravel road. They even have one at the entrance to my campground. So people see road closed ahead, and they turn into the campground. They drive in, find out you can't get out of there. You got to go right back out where you started because that's a dead end in there. That's it. You can't go anywhere from there. It works out. People pull in there and they go, "Oh, nice campground. We'll come back next week and get a spot." Well, yeah, good. And how the hell do we get to Mellon from here? Well, you got to go all the way 4 miles south, and you got to head east for several miles. Then you head north on Highway 13, and you'll get to Mellon. It's only a half hour out of your way. What? Why don't they say that down in town, down in Clam Lake? I don't know. They just
Oh
want
yeah,
us to waste.
I
They
really
want us
like
to
how.
waste. They want us to waste that expensive gas.
Well, I really like how Michigan does the detours. You know, it's coming up. I was coming up by Holland, and there's a sign. All traffic off here, detour. Had 94 closed for an accident. Get up to the top, and there's a sign there. Need to turn left. Just like, okay, and that's the last sign you're going to see about a detour. It's just setting you off. They got you off to the interstate, and
Right,
they sent you to
right.
the left. And good luck to you.
And you got to know where the hell you're going because they aren't going to tell you. See, that's the way ours
No,
is.
that's not Michigan.
That's the way. That's the way my highway past my campground is. It says road closed, and you see a road going to the left or right, and you turn on it. You figure it'll say detour or something.
Right.
No, there's nothing, and people don't realize. The out of towners don't realize those are. They're right in the heart of the Chequamegon National Forest, and those are all backwoods Forest Service roads that weave and go all over hell. Some of them are marked, some of them aren't. And we've had all kinds of lost people, man. I've had them come riding into Beaver Lake Campground when I'm up there. Sir, we've been driving around for about an hour. We can't find our way out of the woods. Well, you just go down here and you take a left, and then you're going to go down about 5 miles, take a right, and then you're going to take a left real quick about a quarter of a mile. So then you're going to take another right, and then you're going to, and by the time you're reading them the whole riot act, you tell them, or you could just go out here to this gravel road and just stay on that son of a bitch and take you all the way there. But you don't want to give them. If they seem like nice people, you give them that direct route through the woods. Otherwise, the rest of them, you send them all over.
Well, and people get really screwed down there by your campgrounds because, a lot of that section, you don't have any cell signal. So if you need to find another route, your GPS ain't helping you.
Oh, yeah. Out by Beaver Lake Campground. That's like I tell my campers out there when they go, "Oh, no cell service out here?" I tell them, hell no. Smoke signals don't work either. Yeah. Nothing works out here. That's why the Indians never settled around here. They couldn't even use their ancient cell service. Yeah, you're out in the middle of nowhere.
Sometimes it's good to not have your cell phone.
See, and that's it.
Not to be connected.
See, and that's it. Beaver Lake Campground is running between 60 and 80% occupancy all week, even on the slowest days. East Twin last week, I had from Sunday afternoon till I left this morning, I only had 2 campers in my whole campground. And nobody there. And it makes my job real easy. Hey, have a good night, Tim. But I think the reason Beaver Lake gets so crowded is it's everybody wants to escape the world, No cell service, no way to reach us. We're up here. We're here for a week, and the hell with the rest of the world. Yep. Yeah. Hey, Mystic Bunny, how's it doing, girlie?
Why you didn't know Cleveland Indians were now the Cleveland Guardians?
Yeah. Well, there we run into that problem I have. I don't care. I really don't.
One guy I work with that likes the Indians. He's like, I'd rather them change it to the Cleveland baseball team than the Cleveland Guardians. It's stupid. Like they did
Well-
it to the Washington Redskins. They changed them to the Washington football team.
Running Water isn't Bayfield Guardians?
No, they're the trollers.
Oh, they're the
Trolls.
no, they're the Trollers.
Yeah, Bayfield trollers.
Oh yeah, Ashland's the Ordockers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's it. I'm not going to say where it is here in the U.S. But I was involved with a think tank, tribal, had many tribes involved. I was involved in that think tank, and it was to do a renaming. Now, there's a lot of these in the U.S., and there's several that still exist, called Squaw Peak.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to change the name of that Squaw Peak, right? I thought it was pretty ironic. They changed the name, all right. They had to buy all new signage all over, and Squaw Peak was a tourist kind of area. All this, a ton of signage they had to change and everything to the new name. Almost every local, if you're driving past their place and you can see Squaw Peak up there, the locals have signs in their yards. You are now viewing Squaw Peak. It's their private property. They put any damn sign they want up, and nobody there is willing to change the name. The state changed it, and I guess the tribe tried suing some of those private individuals, and it didn't fly. The court said, no, you can't. If they want to call it, they can call it Butt Peak if they want. It's their right to call it whatever they want. But it's derogatory, and it's,
And
they're putting
the
us
brand-
down and this and that. No, they're not. They're just insistent that peak never had a name before Squaw Peak. That was its very first name, and it was its name for 135 years. And now you want to change it to something. And that's like saying, Uncle Bob, guess what? Now you're Uncle Dick. We're going to call you Dick the rest of your life, whether you like it or not. Bob.
Yeah, they keep changing the names of all this stuff, and the only stuff will be named after anybody will all just be white people.
That's
Because they're taking everybody else's name off of everything. That's derogatory bullshit.
yeah.
Mrs. Butterworth taking her off of that thing was
What the heck?
crap. Uncle Ben,
Oh,
I mean-
yeah, Aunt Jemima. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I
Now,
tell you
everybody's
what.
been used as derogatory terms.
Which Aunt
is
Jemima's
stupid.
history, it's like, that was a great achievement for that gal.
Exactly.
And that's a legacy for her and her family.
Well,
and
And we
her
don't got
family's
no,
like, no,
Well,
don't
we got
give it
nobody
up.
but white people to blame for that shit too.
all right.
Yeah.
So if you had an Aunt Jemima, that she was your Aunt Jemima. Now you gotta call her, hey you. It's you can't call her Jemima no more.
It's just
You just took her name away from her. I mean,
I got a
so
feeling this has gotta come full
what the
circle.
hell is it? Aunt Dorothy now, or is it Aunt Mabel? Is it what kind of bullshit is it? If her name's Jemima, for crying out loud, and she's somebody's aunt, what? You that ain't no good.
Yeah.
Well, that's bullshit. Yeah.
It's just all got to come full circle at some point, and everybody's got to realize how fucking stupid this is.
Well, I want to know when did children quit being born with skin or such thin skin?
Right?
I mean, it's got.
What is it? It isn't children.
It's not
Oh
the
yes,
children,
it
it's
is.
their
Oh
parents.
yes, it is. There's all kinds of 30, 40-year-old children out there.
Well, that's not. It's not children. It's not little kids.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
that got
well,
nothing better to do.
you got to look at their their parents making them so delicate and sheltered, and
hmm Hey, here's one that happened at camp. I didn't even mention that in my video about what happened this week because it happened after I did the video. I had a camper and his wife, a guy and his wife, come in. They got one of those little, I think it was a Nissan cab over the roof camper kind of deal. You know, it's like a mini RV. And he backed in, and I noticed that the minute he backed in, he opened the back door and slid out a kayak. He had a kayak stuffed up in that thing. And I thought, that's neat. Another kayaker on the lake. Well, I'm sitting out there just having a cup of coffee, taking a nice cool breeze off the lake, thinking I should go bail out my fucking boat. My new fishing boat, I'm going to get a bilge pump because that's something I'm tired of bailing that fucker. But I look and I go, what the hell's that guy doing out there? He's out in the lake. And it's all lily pads and weeds by his campsite there, except where you bring a boat in. And he's out in the lily pads, wandering around out there. And all of a sudden, I notice he's got these big, tall sticks stuck in the lake bottom, sticking up all over. I thought, is he setting gill nets out there or something? He's fishing? That's illegal, man. He's not Indian. You can tell he's not an Indian. And I'm watching this guy, and he's the first day he set up, it looked like a big grid. And every day those posts are moving, right? And he's out there pulling his kayak. I never saw him in it. He's pulling it, but he's feeling around about lake bottom, and anything he finds, he picks it up, gets it out of the water. Some things he's throwing towards shore, other things he's dropping in the kayak. And I thought, what in the hell is he doing? What's he doing? Well, there was a guy camping next to him. Well, him and his wife, they left yesterday. Well, I was up at Beaver, and then they came back. They were gone. They had left. So I asked the guy next to him, did you ever find out from that guy what the hell he was doing with all those sticks in the water out there were? And he's working a big grid out there. And he goes, he's looking for Richard. the guy that disappeared 2 years ago there at the campground. I said, that poor dumb bastard. I said, Richard was staying in my campsite, not that one. He should have been out front of mine looking. And that's what he's doing. He's down there trying to find bones. Yeah, he's trying to find Richard.
Give me a second. I'll be back, guys.
Hey, Jack's grandma. Turn on agenda-free TV and YouTube about some sort of heavy rain coming to Wisconsin. I just saw the headline, having watched it. Yeah, we're going to be getting it again. Had 2 storms this last week, Friday night and Monday night. Friday we had damage. I had to go around. I had trees down in the campgrounds, and I had to clean up my campgrounds. Nothing in the campsites, but trees across our road accesses and stuff. Monday was supposed to be severe, very severe. And I'm watching that radar. It's coming right at my campground. We have a campground called Namakagat. It got hit bad. Oh my God. Friday night, it got hit bad. The host, her and her husband, he had just bought a brand new boat. About $50,000 boat. Thank God it was brand new and he had it insured. Big ass 20-inch red pine come down, cut that boat right in half, folded it right in half. Total loss. The only thing they said that's not a loss on it is the outboard motor. That didn't get smashed or nothing, but the rest of the boat is gone. You know, it's got a steering console kind of in the front, a little towards the front, and the tree landed right behind the console and smashed the front of the console off, and the seat got pounded right through the floor, and it was an aluminum bodied boat, and it just crinkled it right, folded it right up. The outboard motor was only about a foot away from the bow of the boat. It folded it right now. Um, and then they had a 26-incher. Hey, that's 26 inches, big ass tree. That went right across the campground entrance and only exit out of the campground. So you couldn't get out of the campground with a vehicle or into the campground with a vehicle. There was no way. And the and then they had about a 20-incher came down, landed on one half of somebody's nice big Coleman tent. The people were sleeping on the other side. It landed right where their gear was, didn't land on them. The guy said, we didn't hear the tree coming down. Because the root base, it tore the roots right out of the ground. It just tipped right over on top of them. And he said, all we know is all of a sudden half of our tent crunched down and you could see the round shape of the log, all the way through the tent. And he says, and it was only about 18 inches from him. If it would have been 18 inches over, it would have landed right on him full length. I just don't want any damaging weather tonight. I want to get back. Okay. Now, Monday night storm, I had my camera running, and I'm not going to post that video. It's just a lot of lightning, and you hear a lot of thunder, and you hear the frickin' hail pounding on my trailer. I spent most of that time with earbuds in, watching a movie. Friday night storm, where we had one campground just virtually wiped out, and my campground had minor damage, but it had some damage. I watched that storm through the roof of my trailer there for about 45 minutes, and the thunder and the rain on the trailer. I fell asleep. I woke up the next morning, my phone buzzing, and I looked at it and I answered it. My supervisor's going, "Are you okay, Sty? Is everything okay there? You know, we're down in Namacoggin. It's a damn mess. We got people all over the place with stuff smashed." And I go, "Say what?" I opened my trailer door, walked out, looked around, and go, "What the hell are you talking about?"
And there's little people all over. They look like a little, it's like lollipop guild people all over the place. They open the trailer door and they're all over the place.
They're all over. But yeah, big storm went through and I slept through it.
Yep, got munchkins all over the place. Landed on some bitch with some ruby red shoes. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yep.
Speaking of which,
follow that yellow brick road.
I was it's Portage, Wisconsin, just north of Madison, at the truck stop. There's a bus there. They had probably 24 little people there that were on this bus that they're going to a campground that's up by Eau Claire somewhere.
Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
And they said that they make these trips and they like to go out camping. I said you should go up to East Twin Lake. It's beautiful up there.
You son of a bitch.
No, I told them you get up north, there's lots of cool campgrounds. I didn't tell them any specifics. It's like, enjoy it, but they were well behaved.
How many of them?
There's like I'd say probably 24 Oompa Loompas out there in the truck stop.
Okay, if there's 24, that's 24. I bet you they got 6 kayaks with them.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't see any kayaks, but they got one of those bumper things that come off the back of the bus.
With a whole shitload of bicycles with training wheels. Oh, God.
Well,
I can't believe
actually, what it looked like was Coleman, like the Coleman inflatable rafts rolled up in there. Looked like 3 of those in there, but
3. Oh, those are 2-manners.
Yeah,
they only need 3.
Yeah.
Otherwise, standard kayaks. Need 6.
Yeah. 3 of those 7-footers. Yeah.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible.
That's horrible.
Hi ho. Hi ho.
That's the Seven Dwarfs.
It's off to the beach we go. Da, 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 da.
Crazy.
Hey.
What?
Don't be calling them dwarfs. That's not nice.
You're little people.
Yeah.
They're people. They're just little.
They're people.
Little people. They're little people.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Ann. Ann knows you should not have gone down that yellow brick road. Not with me. Ann knows. Ann knows. Oh, Ann, I miss those
Yeah,
conversations.
and I don't want to go down that road with you either. So
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Chill
know,
with that.
Some of those short topics you gotta just stay clear of.
Yeah, gotta be the bigger man.
Oh,
It's
Jesus.
not hard to be the bigger man.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be careful because with some people they could get a little upset.
Yeah. Don't be, don't belittle them.
Yeah.
That would be awful big of you.
A little love goes a long way, Ann. Just saying.
Hey, watch it. Hey, Barnyard Chicken.
What's up, Barnyard
It's been a
Chicken? How you
while.
doing?
It's good to see you. The Rain Dancer with surfing channels. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I wish the hell I had internet service down there. I'd be surfing channels. I'm really pissed off. I'm ready to tell Starlink where they can put their next rocket.
Well, wasn't that supposed to be like June? You were supposed to get that shit. Now July, and hey, it's almost August, Sty.
No, I gotta.
Well, they did have to go outside of the app, and they did have to do a rocket ship thing.
Yeah. They shoot them millionaires' butts up there for 14 minutes, but yet they can't get me a goddamn $500 satellite package.
Yeah, no,
You sons of bitches! You sons of bitches! You stay home, park that fucking rig, and get me my satellite gear. Now they're pissing me off because if I don't have that satellite gear by the 3rd week of August, I'm getting a hold of them and I'm going to tell them I want my fucking deposit back. Fuck you. I'll live without the internet out there because they got me that pissed off. I mean, I've got $700 sitting there burning a hole in my bank account that is all set aside for that system and to pay the first month. And then every month I budget another $100 to pay the monthly service. And that's all resources I'm putting to the side. And there's things I'd like to do that I just don't have the spare cash for, But there it sits, waiting for Musk to get off his husk and get me my fucking satellite. I mean, come on. I don't know. I don't know. To have that service out there would be great, I'm gonna look at my radar here, see what.
But if you're gonna pay for it, like you're talking about paying, it damn sure better be a good service, not just some spotty, crappy service.
Wow, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys can see this shit or not. I'm gonna try to show it.
Can't hear you. Your mouth is past the microphone.
I'll try to show this to you.
Is that the weather?
See that red shit?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Beneath
See
you.
See that flag?
Yeah.
That's my campground. It's all south of my campground.
That's good.
The only bad thing is there's a little bit over Minnesota heading my way to the campground, but small stuff. That's a big one down there. And looking at this, oh no, it missed Travis too. It looks like, yeah, very good. The it's not going to be my problem. Oh yeah, it went south of Travis too, and Park Falls. Wonderful. Just it missed all of our important campgrounds. Yep. Spank you very much. See now that was interesting. For Monday's storm, my supervisor calls me at 4:45 in the afternoon and says, "Sty, you know Travis is on vacation." I go, "Yeah, that's his problem, not mine." He says, "Well, I've got every one of our people that were still out in the field running to the campgrounds or close nearby to warn all the campers that we got severe weather coming in." And now they were forecasting 60-mile-an-hour winds and up to 3-inch hail. Now, you know what 3-inch hail does? It knocks the branches out of trees. It, it'll put a hole through the roof of your truck. It won't just put a dent in it. And he said, we got to let our campers know that the shit's on its way. And if we've got anything 3/4 of an inch or up, all the tent campers, man, they got to take shelter, man. They got to get out of them fucking tents and get into something solid. Because it'll shred a tent. It'll just shred them. And then you get golf ball to 3-inch hail, that shit'll kill you. It'll beat you so bad, it'll kill you. And the warnings were telling people to take underground shelter, that the hail would be damaging roofs and destroying vehicles, it said. Okay, well, he says, can you run down to Travis's 2 campgrounds and let each of those campers know? I said, that's totally the opposite direction of where I am and where my other campground is. I got to let my people know.
Right.
He says, well, let your people know first, then head down there and let them know. So I'm trying to beat this weather that's coming. Boy, he would not have been happy. But I found out on a couple of those Forest Service gravel roads, you can get a forest truck up to 75 miles an hour. Boy, was I flying. But you got to really watch some of the curves. Because when you're doing 75 and you back out of it for a curve and you come into the curve and then you're fishtailing it, you got to lay into the gas to keep the truck going straight enough to make it around. Yeah, it's still like running a stock car,
Sty's drifting.
Yeah, they're not banked very well. Yeah.
Drifting around these big curves with this F-150, doing 60 on a curve that's probably a 30-mile-an-hour curve. I got to his main campground, Black Lake. He's got 29 campsites there. 29. 4 campers. Only 4 campsites occupied. And I drove my bloody ass off down there to save these people.
Those 4 people are happy.
And I saw that there was only 4 people in that campground. I drove through to see how many I had and then started stopping and talking to each of them on the way out. And at first I thought there was only 3, and 1 car was parked at the trailhead, and I thought they were just hiking the trail, so they'd be coming off the trail as it get close to dark, And they said it wasn't going to hit us until after sunset. So I figured I still got about an hour, Well, I saw those 3 in the campground, and I'm like, fuck them. Sons of bitches, what are you doing camping in this kind of weather in the first place? What the hell's the matter with you? Yeah, if you get all beat with hail, that's your own fault. What the hell are you doing out here? But I stopped and I let them all know, and they're all happy. But the 3 in the campground, all hard shell campers, and they're all underneath big hemlock trees. Lots of branches, heavy, big branches that hail ain't going to bust up. And I thought, yeah, they'll do good. They'll be okay there. On the way out that car at the trailhead, I noticed a guy standing at the back of the car and his gal crossing over to the outhouse, and I pulled in there. And I put my window down. I told him, I said, I'm going around to every campground in this area. and warning each camper. All I got was weave out, and he goes, some really kick-ass weather coming this way. And I go, oh, you already know. I said, there's no cell service here. You can't. There's no way that you could know. How the hell do you know? He laughed. He's on vacation. He's a meteorologist out of Green Bay, Wisconsin. And I see somebody over in the chat mentioned
Satellite phones.
Satellite phones, and that's what he had. He said, yeah, I got a satellite phone with the broadcasting company. And he says they're keeping me posted on what's going to hit us here. And he says, yeah, I'm up to date every 15 minutes on what's happening. And she come walking around the truck and overheard him saying, they keep me up to date every 15 minutes. She says, and if you leave this campground one more time to drive out there to regular cell service, she says, you might as well just keep going. I'm sick and tired of you wasting all that gas just to get to where there's cell service and back. She says, that damn storm could hit us while you're gone. You get back and find out me in the tent and all the shit blew away. And I go, 10? And they said, we're on site 29. That's a bitch way back in the woods and on the lake, on the west end of the lake. It's going to get nailed. If it comes down, it's going to hit there. And it's real open to the west side of the campsite. So the winds would really tear up their campsite. And they're in a tent out. There's a walk-in. And they said, he said, we got it all figured out. If it gets real bad, we're heading straight out to the car, getting in the car, driving to the other end of the east end of the campground, and we're going to get in that concrete shitter you guys got down there. I said, okay, you're smart. Yeah, you're good. Bye. Then I went up to Moose Lake. There's a couple there just getting ready to go out in their kayaks. And I go, whoa, I need to talk to you. And told them what was potentially coming our way. And they're looking at the lake and the sky and at me, and they're going, I think we'll kayak tomorrow. I said, that's probably a good idea. You don't want to be way out there on that lake and have this shit blow in. And they got this big dome tent. And I said, be ready to get in your truck in case this shit gets really bad. And I said, you go up to the other end of the campground here, and there's a big concrete vault toilet there. That's safe. It's Spancrete on the roof, the walls, everything. And you're safe in there. Okay, will do. Only 2 campers in that campground. 15 campsites, only 2 campers. The other one, great big ass international school bus converted into a camper. And I told that gal what was going on. And she's like, oh my God, can you help me? And I said, help you with what? I just want you to be safe, And she goes, 2 things. She said, I've got a ladder over here, and I'll have to grab another one out of the back of the bus. Can you help me get my 2 solar panels off the roof of the bus? She says, because if we get hail like that, she says, I'm going to watch a couple $1,000 go right down the tube. Okay, so I had to help her take her solar panels off the roof of her damn bus. And then I said, you said there were 2 things. She goes, oh, the other thing's really important. She says, this one, solar panels, they can be replaced. She said, but the embarrassment, if you can't help me on the second thing, she says, that's going to be hard to live down. I said, what are you talking about? She goes, because that concrete crapper was right across the road from her campsite, just real close. She goes, that outhouse only has about maybe a quarter of a roll of toilet paper left in it. Well, Travis is gone. Nobody's been maintaining his campgrounds. I go, oh, yeah, I'll help you there. I grabbed a big armful of toilet paper, headed over there and walked in. And I go, oh, my God. It's got 2 racks that hold 4 rolls. So it originally had 8 rolls in it. And she wasn't kidding. It was barely a quarter of a roll that was left, all empties. So I loaded her crapper pack full of ass wipe. And I went back, got my truck. She comes out to the truck and she goes, thanks so much. And you did put toilet paper in? I said, hey, if this storm scares the shit out of you, don't worry about it. You're covered. That bathroom's packed full. I said, now let me get out of here. I want to go home. And then I drive back to my campground. The storm skirted us. I got hail, but no damaging hail. And little bit of wind, a couple branches down, nothing. But downpour rain. I filled my boat. My boat sank. But it could only sink about 4 inches because that's how shallow it is where it's sitting. So it sank till it hit the bottom of the lake, and then it just kept filling. The water level in my boat was 8 inches above the lake level. My boat had more water in it than the fucking lake. But yeah, banana. I did. I bailed that some bitch out before I headed out of camp. And now with this rain coming through tonight, tomorrow, it'll be full again. Yeah. But tomorrow, it all goes well. I'm going to find myself a good bilge pump for it. I'm going to take the money I should put a bilge pump in it. I do have a spare deep cycle battery, so yeah, I can put a bilge. I'll get one with a float, so it just automatically pumps. By the way,
I've got one of those kayak pumps somewhere in the shed, but they don't help you at all. Yeah,
that manual pump. No. That's what I'm trying to avoid. I don't want to have to work. Hey, running water.
Yeah.
Those two 12-volt fans that you gave me.
Yeah.
The single, and it's an oscillating fan.
Yep.
And the double. That oscillating fan literally puts off twice as much airflow as those doubles.
So you want another one of those?
And a little oscillator like that. And I looked, the receipt for those two fans is in the 2-fan box. So I looked, the little oscillator's $20.
Yeah.
They're $19.
And
the double was 20. The double was 24, and I thought, no.
I use my truck points for that.
That oscillating one is awesome. I'd love to have 2 of those, but I had both rigs hooked up, the double and the single running. The double, you can control the speed, and I had it full blast. The single's only a single speed, fast, and it oscillates. It's awesome. Both of them on one deep cycle battery. I ran it for 18 hours. Ran them both off that battery for 18 hours, and they were still running strong when I shut them down. They don't take hardly any juice at all. I'm amazed, man. I am so amazed. Hey, JCT, it's great to see ya, by the way. I had a guy stop. I see Who's Duncan stopped in. If you're still around, hello. Browsing camping shows and came across this. Thanks. And Cinderlou was there. Hey. Good to see y'all. But I'll tell you what, I've had a couple of campers that stop by and they go, how are you surviving in that trailer in this heat? Well, it works great. Putting that topper on that was the best thing I ever did. It works as a heat sink. It gets hotter than shit. It's black. It gets hotter than hell. It's 90 degrees outside, and that topper gets so freaking hot from the inside. The white inside coating, you can't put your hand on it, man. Burn your hand. I open those 2 side windows, and I can close the door and open that small little window in the door. It'll blow my do-rag off, man. It works as a heat sink. It heats up there so hot that it starts. What it does is it exhausts the heat out those 2 windows and creates this huge airflow through the trailer. It's just like having a fan on, for God's sakes. And no shit, put the thermometer up in that area and then down where I was sitting. 25-degree difference. It was 104 degrees up in that topper, and down where I was sitting, it was like 83, something like that. It was great. It was great. But those little electric fans, I'd say, no, it's not so bad. I just turn the fan on. Fan. Yeah, show them like that little 12-volt oscillating. They're just like, man, but your generator's not running. No, it's 12-volt. It's running off that battery down there. They said, man, that's a lot of power. Can't last long on that battery. 18 hours plus, because the other fan was running too. You know, you get 20 hours out of a battery running a fan on a hot day like that. That's pretty sweet. Because I only have to run the generator for 3 hours to top off my batteries. So for 3 hours, I get 20 hours of cool air. But 2 fans? Oh, shit. Oh, that'd be pretty sweet.
I can pick up another one of those for you. You know, I just use my fuel points. You know, I get points whenever I fuel up. And
have a good night, James.
I think I got like $300 worth of points on my Petro TA card. So,
wow.
I never spend them. You know?
Yeah. You get your hands on another one of them oscillating fans. I'll take it, man. Oh yeah. Yeah, they gotta oscillate. Yeah. I don't want just straight blowing on it. I want it back and forth. I want it to feel more like a natural wind. Yeah.
Unnatural wind.
Oh, some natural winds are bad.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't know if you can see this.
Definitely need a fan.
Well, I bet you some natural wind going back there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your fan.
I got that.
I talking about Bean.
Yeah, it's one of those like squirrel cage,
right?
Like floor drying fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That going on in here.
Oh yeah.
Move the air around.
Yeah.
Half the problem with you when you sit there and sweat is air circulation. A little air circulation around your body makes all the difference in the world.
It sure does. It sure does. Oh shit! I couldn't believe it last night. It cooled off really nice. It was hot yesterday afternoon and muggy, sticky. I was in my trailer. I was watching that RPG, that movie, and by the time the movie was over, it was about 11:30 or so, and I decided I'm gonna call it a night. And then I realized, God, it's chilly in here. I'm just wearing a pair of shorts. I thought, yeah, I'll just cover up with a sleeping bag. I woke up this morning. I'm going, holy Jesus, it's actually pretty chilly in there. And I looked at the thermometer. It said 63 degrees. And I'm like, 63? That's sweet. Wow. That's a good way to start the day. I like that.
Yeah.
You know. Mm-hmm. So I put on the long pants and a long sleeve pullover. Got my tall socks, regular crew socks on, and my hikers. Opened that freaking door, and I almost fainted, man. I almost passed out. This fucking humidity hit me. It's actual temp outside was 68 degrees. It was 63 in my trailer, but it's 68 outside. And I pulled the phone up, pulled the weather up, and it said it was 83% humidity. I was like, no wonder I can't breathe.
Right.
What the hell? It felt like it was 90. I got right back in my trailer, closed the damn door, packed my shit up to make my trip up here, figured everything out. I grab it all, head out the door, get in my truck, get it started, get that air running. God, it was miserable out there. Just like, it's like trying to breathe it with your face in a bucket of water.
Sure.
Well, last Friday, I was up in New Hampshire. It's so humid up there that the AC froze up in the truck.
Oh, shit. I used to hate that shit.
it froze up solid. It's just getting this little bit of air coming out. So you got to turn the heat on to try to thaw it out. And
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about it because I got the fan on full high. I got the heat turned up a bit just to thaw that out. It broke up that ice. It starts spitting that ice out the vent, and Bean's two vents are faced right down towards him, and he's there sleeping. And now he's got
Getting
the vent
rained on.
getting chunks of ice coming out of there, pelting him. It took about 6 hours to get him to come out of the sleeper. Or he's just hanging back there like, no, there's shady stuff going on up there.
Right?
and
That was
now,
that.
anytime he comes up,
That was that Dodge Dakota I had. Now that's what you got. You got a Dodge Dakota now.
no, Ford Ranger.
Oh, that's right. You got the Ranger. Okay.
Yeah.
But the
And
Dakota
no
I
AC.
had, and no AC. But the Dakota I had, that had AC. But you be driving down the road and it's coming out of there just ice freaking cold, and you're just like, oh my God, it's getting damn cold in here. And that AC would freeze up, and all of a sudden it's coming out of there 90 degrees out of the vents, and it's just like, oh shit, shut the heat off. What the hell? Why is the heat on? Yeah. Oh, it pissed me off. Then you got to drive with everything shut down for about 20 minutes to thaw out the goddamn it AC so you can run it again.
Yeah, it's like defrosting your freezer.
Yeah. Fortunately, I've had that problem with the F-150, and Joe doesn't have that problem with it. What's he got, a Sierra? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, Sierra. I think he's got Sierra.
Yeah, the new one's a Sierra.
Yeah. And you don't have any AC, Bill?
Not in my Tacoma. No. When they switched out the frame, they said there's no leak in the system. They charged it a couple different times, and it would work for like a week or a month, and they quit working. And I just got tired of taking it back to them. I've done the AC charge thing, and they say there's no leak in it. I've done one of those AC Pro things that you hook up to it and everything else. That lasts for a day or two. So there's a leak in it somewhere or something ain't.
Yeah.
I don't know where it's at. So I just I roll the windows down and enjoy the wind.
The 455
well,
air conditioning. That's open up 4 windows and make sure you're doing at least 55. Yeah. That's why they fucked up. That's why they fucked up. Now Chevrolet was one of the very last to finally get rid of them. So I give Chevy kudos for that. Wing windows. I want them back. I want wing windows back. I want to be able to open a wing window and point that sucker upstream and just, man, it'd blow your hat right off that wind coming right there. And they said, well, people didn't like them because if you got a bug or something, it come flying right in and hit you in the face. Well, it's like riding a motorcycle, man. Get over it. But wing windows, you didn't need air conditioning with wing windows. I mean, I miss them. Oh God, I miss wing windows. Plus, if you were a smoker, you just pop the wing window open out the wing window. Mm-hmm. Your smoke goes out.
That's why I liked it. That's why.
Well, that's one reason. My very first car. I say my very first car was my 1963 Thunderbird, but technically it wasn't. My very first car was actually my mother's car. She never drove. She didn't have no license, but she owned a car. And that was a 1965 Chevy Bel Air. I'd kill to have it had a small block 283 in it. I'd kill to have that car back. I loved that stinking Bel Air. It had that, what do they call it? C3 transmission in it. Or no, what's this? It's got the 2-speed tranny in it. The second gear in it's real tall. First gear is real low. That transmission out of that Bel Air right now, if I had one of those, I could get $4,000 for the son of a bitch.
Huh.
That's all they run in the funny cars now. All the dragsters. That's all they want, them old Chevy 2-speed automatic transmissions. Sons of bitches were tough. You couldn't kill them. And they had such a good tall end to them. They love them for the dragsters. Love them for the dragsters because they can't blow them up. And then if they trash abandon it, it takes you about 45 minutes to completely rebuild that automatic transmission. Best automatic transmission ever built was that one tranny that Chevy designed. I swear it's the best. The other one I like is, and I'm trying to remember what the fuck it was in. I think it was in I had an old 1953 Chrysler Royale that had electrostatic transmission. Have you ever heard of one of those, Phil?
No.
The transmission is two great big steel plates inside the transmission body. Two big steel plates facing each other. They're not connected. They're both on. One's connected to the drive shaft of the motor. The other one's connected to the drive shaft of the rear end of the car. When you would accelerate that car, it had whatever the fuck they would call it. I don't know what they call it. But as you stepped on that pedal, it would charge those two plates. They became electromagnets. The tranny was full of transmission fluid saturated with graphite, with steel particles. So as it would add charge to those two plates, that graphite would build up between the two plates and create the friction to turn the drive shaft to the tires. So the faster you went and the harder you stepped on that pedal, the more electricity sent to those plates to put more material between them. It was it was so far ahead of its time. They only put them in vehicles for 1 year, and then they discontinued them because people were afraid of them. It's like, what the fuck? You know, that's stupid. But actually, it was, I mean, what a genius idea. There's nothing to go bad. Nothing. There's no gears. There's nothing to break. Yeah. There's just two steel plates in there spinning. So there's nothing to break in it.
Yeah, because the actual connection between them is a semi-fluid. You
right.
know, so there's nothing.
At the minute you pop your foot off the accelerator, it starts to drop that graphite out between the two plates, and it slowly loses that friction. And then you accelerate again, it charges the plates, it brings that friction back. Another one was the Kaiser Frazer. 1936 Kaiser Frazer. I almost bought the damn thing, and I should have, because I bet you that sucker's worth a lot of money today. That car had a full aluminum body. The whole car was aluminum. Okay? And it had a 4-cylinder in it. And it was a frickin' sedan. 4-door sedan. It got 42 miles a gallon in 1936. And everybody said, who the fuck wants that thing? Who wants something with a 4-cylinder in it? What do we give a shit it gets over 40 miles a gallon? Gas is only 18 cents a gallon. What the hell do we give a shit?
Right.
The car wouldn't sell. I mean, people said, gas mileage? Who gives a shit? You know, yeah. That's like back in the 60s and 70s. We're all buying muscle cars and going, yeah, gas is 34 cents a gallon. What the hell? What do I care? You know, I ran that T-Bird it had big boat anchor 390 in it. That damn thing. I didn't care how, 22-gallon gas tank in it. It only cost, if it was bone dry, it only cost me $6 to fill it. I mean, gas was 32 to 34 cents a gallon at the time. And I used to drive 30 miles to go get my gas for 2 cents a gallon cheaper because it was so cheap. Anyway, those were the days, man. I can remember back in those days, I'd take a $10 bill, I'd jump in my Thunderbird, run out, fill the tank full of gas, go to the bar, drink all night, buying my buddies drinks, and then going out to eat afterwards, and coming home and having $2-3 in my pocket. And I went with a $10 bill. I mean, we're buying pitchers of beer for 75 cents for a pitcher. And yeah, I miss those days, man. So,
Yeah, heck, $10. That's what, 2.5 gallons now.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what was going on today. I think somebody was having some price wars here in Ashland. Or what do they call that? Chris?
Yeah,
Kirst?
down by Little Caesars.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christ. Yeah.
Chris?
Yeah.
Everybody in town. Quick Trip, Holiday, Shell, all of them. $3.14 a gallon. Chris, $3.06. You should have seen how packed Chris was. I'm not shitting. Every pump, and there were cars waiting in line. You go past the other gas stations, there's a couple of cars at each one parked up at the store part, not at the pumps. There's nobody at the pumps. They're all down at Chris getting their gas for $2.06 a gallon when it's $3.14 a gallon with everybody else. So I'm sure there's a few gas stations that were pretty pissed off at Chris today. And I thought, well, okay, they're doing a price change. You know, they do that daily. They'll adjust the price accordingly. And they all try to stay within a penny competitive. And I thought, well, that's what they're doing. And Chris just dropped theirs. So I went out to Walmart. I was there for 45 minutes or so and come back through town. No, all the gas prices are still $3.14. And I'm going, nope. Chris, they're undercutting today. They're pissing everybody off. They're getting that Venezuelan fuel, so they don't give a shit.
Well, the thing with Christ is they have smaller holding tanks, so they get affected by the prices faster.
No, Chris, keep in mind that's Venezuelan oil product.
Right.
That fucking dictator has been undercutting on the other gas stations nationwide constantly. And so Chris,
but they cycle through their inventory faster also.
Our Chris station takes a full 6,000 gallon truck every couple of days. And
because they get good traffic in there.
That's what Holiday's doing. You know, they're selling as much fuel as everybody else that's got 2 or 3 stations in town. You know, So I don't. And people say, "Well, don't buy from that communist outfit." That sounds amazing. I said, I don't give a shit who it is. I mean, if the devil showed up and he's got the best price in town, I'm buying from him. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Just gas, right?
That's it.
Oh,
don't buy Chinese. I'm not buying a Chinaman. I'm buying a product. You know, if somebody over here can make it competitively, I'd buy it from them. You know, make the same product, and if you can do it at a competitive price, you bet your ass I'll buy it from you.
Right.
But if I can get something from China for $100, but I can't get it here for less than $250, guess what? I'm going to own a Chinese item. I can't afford to pay a lot of the U.S. prices. I just can't.
No.
There's things I would have to go without unless I buy foreign, you know. Right. So you do.
Well, and it's even with the landed prices are still cheaper, even though it had to come across an ocean. You know, because they're sending it in bulk.
Well, and they got slave labor to build it, so
right.
And everybody says, you're promoting all that slave labor. You know, you're paying them people $1.50 a day, and they're working 12-hour shifts, and that's why you're getting it so cheap. Not my problem.
Yeah, which one of you is going to quit going to Walmart?
That's it.
Which
That's
one of
it.
you is going to quit going to Walmart, quit buying Nike shoes,
I saw
quit going to Best Buy?
I saw a guy. I gotta find that video. That was pretty cool because he had this whole analysis done about a Walmart. Right? He went through that Walmart store with 5 other people, and they did price listings of all the different products they had and where those products were coming from. And then they came back out after they crunched all their numbers and they said, we were amazed. They said, if you take all of the Chinese products out and then any other foreign supplied products out of Walmart, 31% of it comes from the U.S. 31% of a Walmart is U.S. So 70% of what's in Walmart is foreign. Okay, you want to get rid of the Chinese and all these foreigners selling stuff? Guess what? Your Walmart's going to be that little mom and pop store again on the street corner because they won't have shit. I mean, they're going to have 30% of what they got now. Yeah. Hey, I haven't looked. I should. No. Okay. I have to say, we're getting close. We're hitting that 3-hour mark, guys. I got quite a few people still hanging out in the house. 20 folks. Wow, that is amazing. That's amazing. I want to thank everybody for being here with 20 folks in the house. Before you go, Phil, I got to run this. This is my current members, folks. I got to let you see. This only takes 1 minute. We got a minute before the 3-hour mark. Here it is. I forgot that I had updated that, and I should have played it way up front, at the beginning of the stream, and then in the middle, and then I'm sorry, folks. But hey, any of you that don't have any of those channels listed, check them all out. They're all great folks. They support the channel. It is awesome that they do that. I want to thank all of you. You make my week being able to be here on Wednesday nights, chat with y'all, and hang out with y'all. Phil, a special thanks to you. You're always there for me, buddy. We'll be back to our old shenanigans here in October, starting October 1st.
We'll be.
Yeah, we'll come up with all kinds of crazy shit, I'm sure. Harry's saying it's $3.49 where he's at for gas. Gas.
California.
Gas is ridiculous. I fill up my Forest Service truck usually once a month, and I run her down pretty good. And it runs about $75 to fill that truck, and at the current gas prices. Well, now they've been running me so damn much lately. Twice a month I'm filling that. $150 a month just to drive that Forest Service truck around, and it's getting 17 miles a gallon. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's just ridiculous. So I leave here, I get to camp, I don't go nowhere with my truck. I got to find a Forest Service reason to be somewhere.
There you go.
Hey, now watch next week, guys. Throughout this next week, for the 4 videos that are going up between now and next Wednesday, you'll enjoy them. I think you'll enjoy it, especially the 2 product reviews I did. Those are very good. The 2 product reviews are both hatchet related. So you might find those interesting. Hey, Rod the Holler Hound, it's great that you stopped in. I do have one small video that's popping up on next Tuesday. Take a peek at that one at this river I'm going to be paddling. I hope I can squeeze it in this season still. Otherwise, I'm hitting that thing next season. I talked to a lot of local guys that really know the river, and man, I should have been on that sucker over a month ago. Excellent fishing, walleye, muskie, bass, panfish, trout, all in that river. And it's slow current, so I can paddle my kayak down up and down that bugger. So, and beautiful scenery, big high rock bluffs and stuff. So watch that video, you'll see where I'm going to be kayaking. But until next week, guys, Running Water, I want to thank you for providing the couple of items that I did reviews on. That was awesome of you. One channel supporting another. That's awesome. That's cool. And as usual, guys, we're going to dance. We're going to grab the prettiest girl in the house and dance our way right out of here until next Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Central Time. Until then, all of you have a very nice week. Bye-bye.